Doing it live.
I don't have my fucking bell.
We're back. Hotter than
We're
fidget
back.
spinner porn.
Oh, dude, it's fucking hotter than a fucking goat's nutsack out here. It was 104 here just in fucking before 12 o'clock.
Holy shit, really?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Shit. In San Bernardino, this ain't the fucking like desert shit where this is normal. But in San Bernardino on Wednesday it's supposed to be 109.
Oh, damn. When I was
like-
out,
Damn
that's
blow dryer.
is that like hotter than it normally is, or
I
at
mean,
this time of year?
San Bernardino every day in this time of year is all over 100, but to like getting them 110s and higher, that's when you're really like, then you're
Blazing.
like, it's just dangerous at that point. And that's fuck. Hate to say it, but that's how SCMM always is, and those people fucking know what it is. But thankfully, the joy of that is that, once we make to the hotel, we can just fucking get in the pool or fucking just get comfortable at that point. But yeah, the Chaparral, I can confidently say I've probably had almost a heat stroke both years already, just because I'm in my helmet and shit and like jacket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. When we didn't have the live stream last week, or at least I didn't host it because I was in Vegas. But the last week it was like 107.
Oh yeah, Vegas is just, it's pretty much like here, like that feel.
Yeah. Although it just, I guess it doesn't feel that bad though because it's so dry. So I'm used to like.
What the fuck I don't get? What the fuck I don't get is Long Beach. Like we have friends, Drew and Red and all them. They live in Long Beach, and it's literally only like 60 miles towards the beach. Right? Their weather is literally all 70s all week, while we have this. Just being that close to the coast, they're on 70s all week, and we are at this fucking.
They get that dang breeze.
Yes, dude. That is definitely like why it costs big money to live by the beach in California, is because of that. Like it's just more comfortable of life out there. Like you don't suffer. Like I can't even make videos in this because it's just miserable and shit. It's just hot.
It's so bad to like put your shit on. You just like just sweating.
Oh, and I think I sweat more than the average person, man. That shit sucks.
I feel like that too. I'm always sweating, probably just because I'm fat, but still got that extra juice. Well, yeah, it gets hot out there. Although last year, it seems like every year it's always like you get hot, but then once you're riding, it almost like cools you off because you can like feel it evaporating. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna try and bring my textile jacket this year.
And then you just feel like you just opened a big ass fucking thing of Morton salt and poured it all over you.
Oh man, that was fun. I wish I would have had like more time out there because I was only like that's like 3-4 hours from you guys in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas? Yeah, we can get to Vegas 4 hours from here.
Shit, I should
more like 3 to 3.5 actually.
I got done with the shit I had to do out there like a day early, pretty much. So
were you working out there, or were you just vacation?
Yeah, working. Oh. So I went out to the Hoover Dam though. That was pretty badass.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
So so huge. Yeah, my Lake Mead, it was pretty sweet.
That's where I was talking about, where I did that one little camp, because I never did camping as a kid. I never ever did that, but the one thing I ever did where it was something like that was in Lake Mead, and it was cool. Like I had an uncle that had a fucking dope ass speedboat, and I guess we all fucking, I don't know if we had to rent the island or what, but we literally got in a boat, took it to this little like island in the middle of Lake Mead, pitched up some fucking tents, made a campfire, got shit faced drunk, and it was fun. I mean, I didn't because I was a kid then, but like they all did, and fucking dude, there's like guys there with money that had nice jet skis. They were giving me the keys and letting me ride these things going like 80 miles an hour as a little fucking 12-year-old.
Just jet skiing it up.
Dude, yeah, I got my first fucking dose of fear doing that. I remember one of them had like, he was making a big deal because it had all the electric dash on it. It was all fucking moderned out and whatever. I remember I was just riding it thinking it was just nothing, like, there's nothing to it. And I was going like, I remember trying to make it go as fast as I could on the lake. And I hit a fucking like a wake or whatever you call it, like the little waves going 70. And it literally knocked the air out of me. Like it literally felt like a fist the size of my stomach and chest just punched the shit out of me and fucking scared the living cock out of me. But
just got that Street Fighter fucking uppercut to the chest.
Hell yeah, man! Did you get to fucking do any of that stuff on Lake Mead?
No, I just went there and I took the tour of the power plant, which is pretty impressive. Like seeing they actually like take you down inside and you see the generators and shit, and they just tell you a bunch of facts and you like go through the tunnels that they like carved out in the fucking mountain. It was pretty sweet doing that. It was definitely worth like $15 or whatever the tour was. But
While we're here, let's give Urban Joker and Kyle some love for getting you back into the donation round.
Yeah, thanks guys. That's more than I ever make on YouTube in a month, so I appreciate it. Much appreciated. You guys send me an email, send you a little something special. I got the new America flag keychains. These are the fucking America.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's turned out pretty fresh.
I like how it's offset too, the stripes.
Got the little the little blowing in the wind.
Me too.
I'll send you guys one.
Ironically, I just put a California Republic flag on my Grom.
Did you see that? I put when I was on Beaver Island, I found this little America flag one, so I stuck it in the back of mine, just brapping all over. And then I got home, I realized it was still on the back. Somehow it made it home on the highway, just whipping the fuck out at like 80 the whole way.
Look at that Urban Joker, man. 25.
Thanks, man. But yeah, it's good to be back. It was 2 weeks. So right after I got back from Vegas, I was only home for a half hour, and then we just left straight for Beaver Island for a week as like a vacation thing. But man, it was super fun out there.
It looks really fun, man, on Facebook. Looks like you guys had a good time.
Brought the Z125 and Bane, and Kai's dad went and her brother went, and we just like wrapped around the island to check it out. And yeah,
is that kind of like Catalina Island almost?
I don't know. It's like 14 miles long and like 6 miles wide, so it's not very big. And there's only one. There's like one paved road on the whole thing, and I guess there's like around 500 people who live there full time. So they have like a little store, and they got a couple pubs, and they got a couple shops and stuff, and
that literally sounds like Catalina, except it's like 30 miles off the shore of California into the
I think this is like only 20 miles. So you take a ferry and you can bring your car over if you want. So we brought Kai's truck and just put the minis in back and brought it over there, and we just had like rented a cabin that was like right on the beach. So just beach fires at night, day drinking. It was so fun. There's like a couple inland lakes you go fishing and shit. So it was cool.
Oh, I bet there's good fishing up there in those lakes, huh? In the Great Lakes.
Yeah. Like Bane and Kai's dad and her brother, they must have caught like freaking 20 bluegill and like some bass and shit. And we had a big old fish fry one night. It was awesome.
Ooh, man, those are the times right there. I haven't done shit like that in so long.
Yeah, and there's like deer all over, and we like took it. It's all pretty much like 2 tracks and backwood shit. So me and Kai just rode around, and like you just see like a huge gigantic turtle crawling in the middle of the road, and like there's a lot of snakes on there for some reason. Fucking Snake Island, all snakes everywhere. But it was fun.
Yeah. That's fucking
be some fun.
Just you talking about it's making me. I don't like it.
It's like the garter stink. So like I don't even think they can
gross. Those things can crawl up your butt.
Thanks, Lady Bane. You guys don't have to donate. Please don't. Just don't even. Just watch the vids and share. That's enough.
The Lady Bane. What a what a name. Like your son.
Don't be many Banes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it was super fun.
I remember we went to Catalina Island. We took that sailboat, the Lincoln sailboat, and it's like an old one, which I guess you want older boats because they're made better, what I've heard. But I remember while we're going out there, I found out that like the waters around Catalina Island are like severely shark infested, and I'm like, I have like the biggest fear of the ocean. And I remember that shit was so fucking. I was like so tense out there, and we had to get in this little ass blow up raft just to get because we had to dock the boat offshore and then get a blow up raft, and we're just getting in and out of this thing, just shit faced drunk throughout the night, getting on the bars on the island, and somehow no one fell in the water.
How big is Catalina Island? There's like people who live there full time and everything.
Yeah, there's houses, and it's literally just like what you said. There's like one paved road or a few paved roads, and it's pretty much just a huge island, pretty much just like the dimensions you said. I don't know the specifics; it could be smaller or bigger, but yeah, it's more of a touristy thing. Like you can actually. There's a big ferry that goes back and forth to that. You can get there in a ferry in 45 minutes, and it took us 6.5 hours to sail. That's how fucking close it is. So
6-hour tour right there.
Yeah, it only costs I think $30 or $40 for the ferry. So I mean, in reality, if you really wanted to just go have a good fun day out there, it costs you probably fucking I don't know if it's a round trip 40 or whatever, but either way, I mean, you can go have fun out there for like $100 or a couple $100 for a weekend, and it's really fun out there. Like it's stupidly chill, and I heard they rent golf carts so you can roam around the island and shit.
Dude, that is the best. Just booze cruising in the golf carts because no one gives a F. That would be
and the LA
fun as
sheriffs
hell.
are what police that island. They get fucking flown in from the LAPD chopper or the Coast Guard or something like that. And get this, if you fuck up on the island and get arrested, they have to fly you to the LAPD jails and you pay for the helicopter flight.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
No, that's not awesome.
No way, you have to pay all that fucking money, man.
Oh yeah, if you get arrested, then you pay for the chopper.
Yeah, say you get drunk and you were that did happen on the island, but no one thankfully got arrested. And if you get if you're one of those dumbasses and get drunk and someone fucks up, yeah, you get literally fucked with a helicopter flight bill, and I can only imagine what the fuck that costs.
Dang.
It's like $1,000 or something, like 12.
Can you have like beach fires out there?
Not that I didn't see any, but I couldn't see why not in certain areas. Maybe I don't know.
That was the best part. Just like right on the beach, like 10
feet
from the waves, just starting a fire and freaking chilling.
Yeah, there's a bunch of buoys.
That's rad.
Yeah, there's a bunch of buoys. Like you roll up to Catalina Island, and almost looks. Have you guys ever played? I know. Fucking backward, you probably don't play games that much, but have you played Fallout 4 Far Harbor, Neil?
Fallout 4, but not Fall Harbor.
Okay, well that DLC, like you get led into a harbor, it literally is like that, Catalina. Like you go into the harbor and all of a sudden like a little police boat or something will see you, and then like you tell him you're gonna dock up and he'll lead you to a buoy, and then you fucking get your buoy or your boat locked up, and like from there you just go to the island and do your thing. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I loved fucking Fallout 3. Dude, 3 I fucking played like a madman all the time.
Yeah, I know there's a fire in Big Bear.
Thanks, Andrew. Well, there's a fire right now?
I play Pocket Pool all the time.
In the mountains above me, there's like a 200+ acre fire going on at Big Bear.
Dude, there's fires every year, isn't there?
I mean, yeah, he's like saying fire a Big Bear, bigger. They're like, that's nothing even like that's like every year all around out here. It's not even big news unless it's like a drastic one that's like killing everyone's homes and shit. Then it's something worth it.
Shit's always on fire. It seems like something too. Whenever I talk to him, he's like, "Oh, the fucking mountains are burning."
That's why I talk shit. Like when I see people throw their cigarettes out their windows out here, everything's brown out here. Everything's drier than a nun's queef. Like it's literally dry as fuck out here. And when I see that, it's just that all it takes is that fucking cigarette fucking thrown out the window, a little gust of wind to keep the amber lit, getting floated into a little bush, and boom, right there's your big ass fire right there. And
just instant fire
all the time out here, and it's always like that.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Did you get like heavy fines if you're caught like throwing cigarettes out the window and shit because of that?
Yeah, dude, you get fucked.
You'd think so, man, if there's fire ordinance.
Oh yeah, especially if they linked it back to you somehow.
Dude, you can't even in 4th of July. Almost all of San Bernardino is illegal to light fireworks. You can't even do it out here.
Oh dang! Even like sparklers and shit.
Everything, like everything above a certain 30th Street, which is where my area is. So I have to, if I want to light fireworks, I have to go down to like downtown San Bernardino area.
Oh dang!
Dude. And it's funny, you'll see all the fireworks stand right at that borderline, and then nothing above it, and then pretty much everyone obviously gets fireworks and just goes down like in a random street and lights them off.
Everybody says you're going auto tune. Your mic is getting like Tim Kreitz.
Are you hearing it?
It's like kind of cool though. I like it.
It's getting like all robotic, like shade trees sometimes.
I just turned my bandwidth down to medium on the thing, so if it happens again, let me know.
It sounds a little better.
Yeah, that's why I had the bandwidth was all the way up. For some reason, I don't know why that fucking dicks me out.
I don't ever give a shit about that, man. I don't know why a lot of people get bent out of shape about people's echoes and stuff. It's like, fuck it, I'll just talk to him. I can tell what the fuck he's saying.
Not that, because it'll get all like robot-y and shit. And you can't really understand what I'm saying, or anybody.
I understand you. I can speak the language. All you have to do is just.
Well, if you guys aren't hearing it, then I must be on the other end.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I started this one late.
Damn, this is the most I've ever talked in a live stream. I never have a chance to talk.
I know it. That's true.
Now we just freestyling, old school.
I never talk because you guys will talk, and I'm not one to fucking like. I don't really like to butt in, and so you guys will be talking, and by the time I'll put my input, you guys are already on the next subject, so I'm like, I'll just fucking listen and get some more.
What were you gonna say, background?
What was I saying?
You said you had something you were trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Ciamoto?
No idea,
Yeah,
man.
sorry I started this one late, guys. I went and dropped off me and Kai's bikes and get some new tires put on them. Some better tread. Not quite the knobbies like yours, Derek, but more like a kind of like a dual sport. So hopefully a little better for dirt. We're gonna go camping in July, and it's like right on the river, but there's all kinds of 2 tracks and shit. So I want to get them on there before it's ran out of time.
Oh yeah,
I was pretty fucking mad about my tire fucking getting a hole. Oh, what happened, background?
Sorry, I forgot what the fuck I was trying to say, and you asked. My buddy started his carbed R1. It's like a 03, and it's been running for 45 minutes in one spot. And I'm getting worried.
Just warming up.
Is it in the garage?
No, outside. It just rained all over it and shit.
Oh god.
I thought you were saying like he was in his garage and he was killing himself or something.
No, man, he just started his R1. I mean, I don't know. It's fine.
Oh, R1. I thought you said
no, R6. Sorry, R6 carbed, an old one. And
no, either way, I thought you were talking about like a car, like you know how fucking like people kill themselves that way, start their car in a garage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's like what you were referring to. You're like, he started his. I thought you said he started his car down below, and you're worried like that happened.
Yeah, he's dead now. He's dead.
Thanks, not a gram.
He did have problems, man. When I first got here, dude, he started shitting blood. I was like, dude, I'm bad luck. It's contagious. But yeah, now he's fucking started his R1 up outside, and it's been 45 minutes. Or I don't know why I keep saying that. It's an R6, but it's carved, man. And it's been running forever. I'm getting very worried. I think it's going to explode like an atomic bomb in a minute.
It's R something.
It's running for 45 minutes untouched out there. It's probably going to fucking overheat.
That's why I'm expecting it to fucking pop.
Because out here, fucking 10 minutes, it would overheat.
Did you say you
can't hear it?
Did you say you got a hole in your new tires, Derek?
Yeah, my Max's is the rear one. What? Yeah, it happened literally with under 100 miles on them. Like, literally, you know those little rubber mushroom tips that come off the threads of new tires? Like, I still had those on the tires. And I went through this field I've been through 1,000 fucking times with the stock tires. And going through that field this time, the one right by Guitar Center out here, I fucking got a nail. And right when I hit the sidewalk, it heard thump, 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 and there was a fucking nail in my tire. But I plugged it, and it's been holding up since. I noticed like every few days I'll have to give it like one little tiny squirt of air, but it's holding up for the most part. Or at least in my use out of them.
That ain't too bad. I plugged Kai's Bandits tire when I first got it, and that thing's still fucking solid. But that bike's been a pain in the ass. I might just end up selling it. I've had 2 people look at it, and nobody can seem to get it fucking running right because it's like some piece of shit. I don't know. Either they're like the carbs are fucked up, or the whole bike's just like a fucking mess, and they didn't really sell them in the U.S., so it's like impossible to find shit or parts for them. I don't know. I might just fucking call it quits on that and sell it and find something else for it. Which kind of sucks because it's kind of cool looking. It's kind of unique, but fucking carbed.
Yeah, I hate carbs, man. I never even ride my pit bike anymore. I've tried starting it and riding it. I'm so spoiled by the Grom's fuel injection that it just don't even feel good anymore. I mean, I probably have to dial it in now, but yeah, I don't even ride that thing anymore.
Once you go fuel injection, you just never look back.
Maybe I'll fucking sell that pit bike to somebody that fucking watches the channel. If you guys want that pit bike, I'll fucking give you a good deal on it. I have that brand new life and motor on it and everything. It just collects dust. It probably needs a new rear end, but that's it.
There you go. The deals.
Yep. But yeah, the fuel injection on the Grom, you know, you fucking know what I'm talking about, the Z125. Like,
Oh yeah.
once you've ridden that, you can't go back now. That's the bike
Oh
that
hell
you have to
no.
have. And not only
Hell
that, they
no.
feel so solid. The power band feels like, you know, small motors always feel this buzzy and windy because they're just tiny ass motors. We're like, you don't feel that with the Groms and shit. They just feel so fucking well put together and solid.
Yeah, dude, the Grom is fucking amazing. The
Do you
Z's
okay?
good
Since you
too.
got both, do you feel any like not necessarily quality differences, but do you feel any of that like buzziness on one or the other more than the Z25 125 and the Grom?
Um, nah, they both feel pretty solid. I get a little more vibes off the Z125, but I noticed that like once I put the sub cage and that stuff on, I think that kind of like added to it because it like
Not
the
only
way
that,
that
doesn't it
bolts is
wind
different.
farther?
It does rev higher, yeah.
That's probably why.
But I noticed the main difference between the two is the Groms don't rev as high, but they seem to have more like mid range torque. So that I don't know, they're pretty comparable, but the Grom has like a little bit more mid range pull, I'd say. But I don't know, they're so comparable, like just normal
Yeah,
riding. It's like not everything's a drag race, so whatever. But I
yeah.
ended up putting an auto tuner for my power commander on the Z. That fucking dude, that changed it a lot. Like
So I
just
bet I'd fucking
smoothing
notice
everything
that
out.
myself.
You got a power commander on yours?
No, I have a full
Oh,
exhaust and that good ass intake, and I bought that expensive intake, like the best one you could buy. That you could actually throw your old sensors on and everything. I didn't want the. I remember when I got my Grom, I didn't want to put nothing cheap on it. I put cheap levers. That's the only cheapest part I put on there, but that shit don't
yeah.
matter. But yeah, like when it comes to that, I did that. So I feel like if I did invest in something like that, that I think it would make a total difference right now.
Yeah, I got the Chimera like you recommended.
Oh,
And
you
then
got that? How do you like? Oh yeah, you did because you made that video on the Z125. How have you been liking
Mhm.
that? Did you notice it?
Oh yeah, as soon as you put it on, you notice. I don't have one on Kai's, is all pretty much stock except for the M4 exhaust. So maybe I'll put an air intake on hers.
Now, do you
But
see
that was,
do you feel me on that though? Like that Chimera feels like an actual quality intake opposed to just getting some shitty like aluminum with like a fucking shitty filter on it on
oh
eBay or
yeah,
something. You know, like that's why
it's
I just got that. I saw the reviews on that over everything else, and that shit on everything else.
it's all bended and like polished and super nice
Mm-hmm.
rather than just like the other shit. So you probably get like less wind turbulence on the intake. But yeah, definitely notice it. That's like you definitely wake it up when you put one of those on. And
Oh
then
yeah.
the only thing I did on mine different is it hooks up to that breather hose that goes to the crankcase.
Uh-huh.
At least on the Z125, it has a nozzle where you hook up that little hose to it. But I
Yeah.
heard that if you do like a lot of wheelies and shit, it'll actually like it sucks so hard through the intake, it can pull oil out and then into the intake. So I ended up blocking that hose. I blocked that hole off, and then I put a little filter just on that hose for the
So
breather case.
so the Z125 Camaro had a hose on top of where it screws.
Yeah. So
The
it's
Grom
like
don't
a
have that.
yeah, okay. It's like a hose
Yeah,
coming off the thing.
the
Because
Grom
normally,
literally was bent tube screwed into the intake manifold, and there was one place where you screw your air sensor, and that was it. Where you put the stock air sensor, and that was all.
oh, nice.
So yeah, oh, wow. So it was actually different with the Z125 then.
Yeah. But after with the power commander and like the auto and since the auto tuner, it's like smooth everything out like substantially. Like power seems just like real consistent. And there was like I was getting a little bit of backfiring and stuff with the stock map, but the auto tune just like it like literally tunes it as you're riding, so you don't need to like go get a dyno. It just tunes itself, so it's like always the best it can be. It's pretty sweet. I'll probably let some other guys borrow it because once it gets like so dialed in, it doesn't make any more adjustments, and then it's like the perfect map or whatever. Then I could just pull it off and like give it to somebody else with a power commander, and they can just run it till they get tuned, and then just pass it around. Yeah, but those little bikes are fucking fun.
I ride mine more than everything.
Me too. Literally, they're so fun, dude. I had so much more fun with just the hoodlum shit with that than just like riding
Lately,
my big bike around.
lately I've been taking it to like all my old OG spots since I've been having that drone, and lately I won't even be filming a vlog. I'll make it a day to just go to all these cool spots and use like a battery and just get. I have so many drone shots I haven't used, and I want to try to make another short film again. It's been literally fucking probably like 2 years since I've made one of those.
That's so sweet.
Dude, I miss those. Huh?
Doesn't the Mavic have the auto follow? Have you tried that?
I have, but the only crash videos I ever watched were with that being used because there's no obstacle avoidance in the back, and when that's following you and say you're moving a certain way, and it's needing to back up to follow you, it'll hit it back. It will back itself into a tree. They do that.
Oh, okay.
So like, I mean, obviously not everyone's gonna be using it around trees and shit, but all the crashes I ever seen were from that being used ever. And obviously dumbasses going long range flights, not realizing that they need to fucking fight wind to come home if they're, they got to cross the wind and shit. I've been learning that thing pretty damn good lately, using it and knowing my do's and don'ts lately. And I baby that thing. I never use the return to home. I'll manually land every time. I don't try not to trust that shit. And I never go into speed mode where it goes 40 miles an hour because that turns off obstacle avoidance.
Oh God, just flying.
Yeah. I mean, the shots from like really high in the air in speed mode would probably look cool because it'd give that helicopter almost speed looking to the shot. But I mean, I just keep it on full and there's also an option to turn off like your distance thing because it'll say altitude, max altitude reach, and then you can go in the settings to make it even go farther. I even keep all that on. I really like keep all the goodies on, so you really, even though what I'm saying, you literally have to be like an idiot to crash that drone. Like it's seriously stupid proof to fucking to the least, dude. So that thing's pretty fucking cool. What's up?
You said you do a great job with it, so
I appreciate that, man. It's just more along the lines of not being jerky with your twists and shits. Just treat it like it's a camera crane or a camera. I mean, it's literally like I'll fucking frame the shot and then literally just hold left and not press nothing else and let it go for like 10 seconds, and then I'm like, all right, cool, there's a shot. Then I'll go like in front of a sign or a pair of palm trees. I'll tap focus the background. Then I'm like, all right, I'll make this one pan up and to the right. So I'll just hold the diagonal state. It's nothing hard to do. It's just you just want to be the least jerky you can because it takes that immersion, I feel, out of the shot. And it's hard to do that, honestly, sometimes. But
yeah, fucking let me rephrase what I said. You make it look easy. There you go.
Oh no, it is easy, dog.
Yeah,
it's literally you could fly it towards your fucking face full speed and it'll beep 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 and stop itself right in front of your face and won't hit you. Dude,
do it. Prove it.
Dude, the shot on one of my last intros where you see me waving at the camera and I'm backing the thing up. I did another shot flying towards me and I was looking at the drone and kind of like making the shot, and as I looked down, it was going into a tree, and it fucking the controller beeped, and it put itself way in the air and avoided all the trees. It fucking did it. It works, dude. I've already had it work for me on an actual occasion.
Damn, that's sweet. I haven't watched any of your vids with it yet, just because I haven't had time since I got back. But I'm fucking watching them at work tomorrow.
Yeah, Dude, I can't stop playing with that drone. I'm shocked. I know there's some motovloggers that's got them since day one that have them, and I'm shocked I don't see more shit from them. I can't stop flying. I love that thing, dude.
Yeah,
I'm in love with it.
Out in the mountains, it'd probably be good for like the auto follow because then you don't have to worry about it hitting shit, right?
I can't afford that shit, so I just hire my friends to give me drone footage. Like, film this. And they're like, here you go. Yeah. Here's my
enough hiring. You can pay for your own.
Well, I don't fucking pay them. Fuck sakes. I just do
actually.
What's up, guys?
Daytree fucking literally just morphed out of nowhere. What's up, man?
Hey, congrats on 40,000.
No doubt.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
What do you think the hard way?
Yeah, the hard way for real. I love that post.
Thanks, Smoke Eater, as well.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'd like to thank, first of all, God. Through him, all things are possible. Also like to thank Kanye West. Through him, all things are possible. I don't know, man.
For the shout out at the fucking Tony
I just want to say Shade Tree is the greatest vlogger of all time.
Thank Ichiban Moto.
You know who gave me my first shout? Everybody's gotten a shout out. And you say shout outs aren't important, and to a certain degree they're not. Like, you can't ever ask for one. I've never asked anybody for one. The only person I ever asked for a shout out was Derek. Because he used to do the motovlogger spotlight thing.
And what's funny is about that, I'm bringing those back, and I wanted to redo yours because I did yours so long ago that there's probably like fucking quadruple, if not more, of that reach now. I'd rather fucking have to do again.
Yeah.
Like you're one that I want to actually do.
You're the only person I ever asked. And by the way, anybody watching this, I don't have a side chat up or pulled up. Derek's the only person I ever asked for one, and he gave it willingly because he did a series. But other than that, I've never asked one. And the first person to ever give me a shout out was Adrian Nickelodeon. That was like my first like big break.
And Adrian Nickelodeon to this day is one of the fucking realest motherfuckers on here.
Yeah,
you can totally feel it. I love Adrian. He's always consistent with fucking always loving everybody and fucking showing
now
everybody.
He always shows love, man. I dig it. He gave me a shout out when I had like 1,000 subscribers. And that was like huge. I think I like doubled. I like went up to like 2,000 right away, like from that shit. But I didn't ask for it. I just fucking turned on his video one day. I was like, oh shit.
Dude, is that the rocket I see back there?
No, this is a 1979 KZ1000 drag bike.
Oh, that's Jess's is the one in the back, right?
Yeah. All right. That's the KZ1000.
OG.
Yeah, I gotta get Tim Kreitz on here, man. He's at Kawasaki.
Yeah,
You too, Derek.
Tim will give us all of the facts.
I'll take that.
No, it's fucking bad shit, dude. It's a KZ1000, but it's bored and stroked at 1,300 cc.
Damn.
I'm doing a whole video on it, why I have it, but I can say it on here. This is where, by the way, everybody watching EN187's live stream, that's where you get the fucking the behind the scenes fucking shit.
the impromptu fucking.
No, this is a buddy of mine's bike, and he's moving to Seattle, and he was like stressing fucking hard because he had fucking given it to somebody to rebuild. They rebuilt it, but they didn't finish it, and then they were trying to dick him over. And so he just went and he took the bike back, and they hadn't quite finished it. And he was going like, well, I can't take it with me to Seattle because I'm driving there. I have to drive there. And like, I can't take it with me. So he's like trying to sell it for like $1,000. And he's like, dude, selling a bike, this bike's worth a lot of money. So much fucking work done to it. And he's like trying to sell it for nothing. And he eventually like calls me up. He's like, dude, I can't sell this bike. He's like, I'll just give it to you.
Dang.
Right? But I was like, dude, I can't do that. You know, I can't go like, oh, I'm gonna fucking take this bike, like, because you're on hard times and you fucking gotta get rid of it. And I'm just gonna take it. Like, I can't do that shit. So I was like, why don't you just like, I'll just go pick it up and we'll make it run, and then I'll sell it for you, and then like just wire you the money, or you could just like pick it up and bring it over there whenever you want. You know. You can't do that shit. You can't be like, oh yeah, man, you're fucking between a rock and a hard place. I'll just take your bike. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Or you just hang on for it, or hang on to it for him. So when he comes back to visit, you know, he's got a bike to ride.
Yeah. If I can make it run, who knows? So I got a fucking master mechanic, fucking Jake the garden cock over there, fucking.
Garden cock, yeah. Where the hell he's been? Where the hell's Lee? I leave for like 2 weeks, or was it 3 weeks? I can't remember.
Lee hasn't been in one for a while, man. He doesn't come out anymore.
I feel so fucking busy. Sorry about that. Also, guys, but sometimes life takes over.
I understand that shit, man.
The new the engine looks freaking blinging on that. I've seen those pics online. I haven't watched any of the newer vids, so I haven't had time lately, but I gotta catch up on those as well when I'm at work. But it looks like it turned out killer.
It's doing all right, man. Like, it came out okay. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time to make it look okay, but it's like it's my first time trying to do some shit like that, so it's like, what the fuck ever, you know? I'm not gonna make it look perfect.
Well, it looks damn good for a first time.
Yeah.
How much would you say you think until you get it completed or done? How much longer do you
It'll
think?
be after California, if we go to California, for sure.
You guys love it. Yeah, I better come.
We need you, Jay. We need you.
We need the legend. The man, the
whole thing
myth, the beard.
is that with Jessica's mom is that whenever she gets out of the fucking hospital, she's gonna need like 24-hour care, right? So if she gets out of the hospital like a week before we're supposed to go to California for a week, like, dude, we can't go, you know.
Mm.
So basically, we're like, if she gets out of the hospital after, then we're fine, you know. So we don't know what's gonna happen, you know.
Is she doing all right after that second surgery that you said she had to have?
No, she's pretty fucked up.
Is it? Man, that sucks.
Yeah, she's like fucking. I mean, You can't. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be like a bummer. It's like that's some bummer shit, man.
I understand.
I mean, I'll talk about it. Like I don't care, but it's like that ain't gonna fucking. that ain't no laugh a minute fucking story right there. You know what I mean? Derek, what about you, man? Fucking, you guys are talking about that DJI Mavic shit. Is that what you have, the Mavic?
That's just another drone. Nothing special.
No, I think it's pretty cool. You were saying how people don't use that shit. I think you're fucking right. I think it's like dudes who got more money than sense. They go out and buy one, and they never fucking utilize it. I remember when, like, I bought the same gimbal you bought. You were one of the first dudes to buy, like, a GoPro gimbal.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a G3 one or so. Yeah, it's an old one.
The FAUTech. You know, I bought the same one. This is before I even talked to you. Like, I bought the same fucking gimbal, the G3 FAUTech. So fucking dope. I used the fuck out of that thing.
You were telling me I used to just throw it in your jacket and it always worked and shit. And fucking.
Yeah, I dropped it off of motorcycles. Like, I fucking banged it around. I crashed
my ZX6R with it in my backpack and rolled over it. And it still worked.
That thing was goddamn bulletproof, dude. I used it constantly. Because I was like, hey, that's what you do. That's what you do, Derek. And I always dig that about you. It's like, hey, if I spent the money on this thing, I'm gonna fucking get every penny and more out of it, just out of spite.
That's actually a negative on that because I spent the money on a DSLR and all that shit, and you know those few short films and shit I did. That's like really all I ever did with that thing, and that's like thousands of dollars I spent on that thing, like with all the lenses and shit. And like I never touched that thing, and it sucks. I'm one of those. You know, it's funny. I watch Casey Neistat a lot, and his. You know how everyone bitches at him for being so rough on his gear. He throws his shit around and shit. I used to think the same thing, and you know, to an extent, he does kind of overdo it a little bit, but he's got the perfect philosophy on it. Like this thing's a tool, and this drone, it's a fucking tool. And I know I'm on to baby shit a lot, but that philosophy is perfect. This thing's a tool. If I'm gonna worry about it fucking crashing or flying something, it's gonna get in my way of getting the shot I'm after. And that's literally how I always went at that DSLR. I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking take it because what if I fall, or what if I drop it, or blah blah blah. Like I've always been that way. But man, yeah, I feel like, you know, if you got a tool for your filmmaking tool, like, you know, don't let you getting worried about it get in the way of fucking getting your shot. You know what I'm saying? And I always feel that way, and that's kind of, I guess, your little philosophy of what you were talking about there.
Oh, yeah, dude, break it. Yeah. That's why I love the FAUTech. I fucking
yeah, exactly.
It's actually right now it's JB welded together because when I dropped it off my bike, it smashed apart, like it broke apart, like the whole thing, and I fucking just JB welded it back together, and it works fine. Like, it's still
yeah. Dude, that thing's fucking awesome as fuck, dude. I love that thing, man. And I wish I used that thing more. I don't know why. It's just
that's so fucked, man.
It sucks to have to pull something out of a bag, like, or set it up and, you know, screw shit in. That's the only reason I don't use my gimbal as much. I like to just fucking use shit, and that holds me back a step, I feel like, or it's just me not fucking taking the time.
You know what I use more than the gimbal? You know, I don't use the gimbal anymore because Jessica bought me that Sony point and shoot for Christmas, this last Christmas, and it's got onboard stabilization. So
dude,
I'm just like, man, fucking, that's so much easier to pull that thing out.
For which one?
The onboard stabilization for the Sony.
Oh, the Sony. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's so much easier to pull that out than to fucking pull out the gimbal, you know.
Oh yeah.
I don't ever take my DSLR with me either, just because it's more of a pain for me. It's like a hassle, like pull this bitch out and like set it up, and it's heavy as fuck and it's huge. And I don't even take it. I actually ordered just recently. It's not out yet, but the Lumix. It's some new Panasonic one that's like a pocket one, but it shoots 4K and it's got like I want to say it's got really good zoom, like 25 to 250 millimeter, and it's optical zoom, so it's not. But it's super small, just fit in your pocket. So I'm like, damn, I'll just bring that. It's got built-in stabilization and shit, and it's like cheaper than a GoPro.
Not only that, don't you have like a Mark III and shit? Like you have like a really good expensive, and then see that's where I would like always feel like fuck, I don't know if I want to take this out with me and blah blah blah.
Because I used to do like wedding photography, so I literally have like $1 zillion worth of camera gear, but I just hate carrying it around.
Oh yeah.
I'll use it for when I do when I'm like working on my bike videos or like installing something. I'll use it for that because I could just set it on a tripod and like get those close up macro shots and all that good shit. But everything else, it's like, man, I don't want to haul this out. And
those macro lenses are fucking so good for like when those DSLR macro lens shots. Those are so perfect though. Like kind of a shot.
They get the best fucking depth of field in the blurry background, the bokeh or whatever. It's just so much better on a DSLR than any other kind of those small camcorders and stuff. I think that's why they look so good. I ordered the Spark, that new DJI. I know it's not the Mavic, but I was like, damn, cheap as a GoPro.
This shit's so dope though. And
it'll be good enough. I figured it's.
No, you know what I didn't realize is that you can get the fucking controller for it. So, and in essence, it's just a fucking mini Mavic in that.
Mini Mavic, and it's only 1080, which is, I mean, that's fine for me.
All my first drone shots were 1080. So, like, you're literally gonna get that quality, and I was perfectly fine with it. I just upped it just for more sharpness, and you can still do that in post for the dude. The Spark, I was blown away.
I think, and it doesn't have it doesn't have the 3-axis good gimbal, but it'll be. I figure for as small as it'll be, like no weight and like totally fit it in like probably my jacket. Like I'm like, it's good enough for some little sweet shots.
And not only that, the thing's flying, so 2-axis. You know, with when you're trying to do a shot and you're flying it really steady to a shot, that 2-axis is more than good enough to get your shit. No problem.
Yeah, I've seen some review vids. It looks all right.
Yeah, a viewpoint like your phone.
Oh shit! Does it have a beacon, man, like that fucking one drone where you could just follow you?
Yeah, it'll follow you. This one will actually, you can do hand gestures up to a certain distance. Like you can go like this, and it'll take like a fucking selfie of you. It'll take like a picture, and you can like wave your hands, and it'll come land in your hand and shit. It looks pretty ridiculous, and it's like $4.99 or something like that. So
and that's like, $500 a lot easier to swallow than $1,000. So
yeah, and plus once I saw the batteries for the Mavic are $100 a pop, I'm like, ooh, that hurts.
$100? They're 80 at Best Buy.
Are they? I was looking online. They're all like 98 or some shit. I was like,
those must be guys that like stockpiled them, thinking they're gonna sell more online than people's local stores.
I heard you can only use the DJI batteries too. Like they put something in them, so you can't. Nobody like can make them aftermarket. Like
I mean, for $1,000 drone, I wouldn't even bother trying to put a third-party equipment on it in any way.
That's true. But like even with the GoPro batteries, you can get the aftermarket ones, and they're usually better than the fucking stock ones.
Oh yeah.
Like the Wasabi.
Well, dude, you get 27 minutes, and I'm filming in 1440p. I get 27 minutes recording of battery life on the Mavic. That's way more than I'm happy with. That's
pretty good.
I'm flying for 10 minutes, and I'm already like I've already almost got a lot of the shots I need. And I can almost fuck around for like 10 more minutes before I really need to make sure I land it. So like, dude, the Mavic is nothing to worry about with batteries. That shit is. That is such a perfect ass drone. I love that thing so much. I can't speak high enough about it.
I think the Spark's only like 15 minutes or something like that. So it's not quite as long, but I can't imagine, like you said, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, but you see, like I said, I get all like when I go somewhere, I'll have the shot in mind. So that'll be way more than enough time for you to already like get what you need for a shot. You know what I'm saying? And what's cool is I have 3 of the batteries, so I have a case, and every time I'll do a flight at a location, I'll land it, And then while it's on the ground, it's literally just 2 buttons on the side. I pull the battery off the top, throw it in the case, put a new one on, fold it back up, put it in the case, go to my next location, pull it out, set it up, and it's already got the fresh battery, fucking lickety split, put it back in the air. And dude, the even cooler part, I bought an official DJI charger for it. It charges each battery in literally less than an hour. Each battery is like probably 40 minutes even, because you don't land the battery with 0% battery, obviously. So it's always got like 10 to 20%. And dude, the thing's charging in like 40 to 50 minutes easy. And
have you ever ran it so low it like auto lands? I guess they're supposed to auto land before they die.
Dude, I literally have never needed to have it out that long where it does that, because 27 minutes is a long time when you're just sitting in a screen and flying.
That is a long time fucking flying.
And when you got
can you control
Can
you control the camera too then while you're flying?
Yep. There's a fucking roller thing on the top left, and you roll it down, and the farther you push it, the faster it goes. And that's when like I'll do those shots where you see me kind of flying forward, and the camera's like it's panning upwards as I'm flying upwards, and I'm kind of like doing a upwards motion and going forward, and I have one of my fingers pushing up on the gimbal, and it gives that like upper revealing shot where the gimbal kind of goes forward, and you have full control of the gimbal up and down. You can even drop it real like a split second. There's a button for that. There's 2 buttons on the back of the controller you can manually set for anything you want. I set them to autofocus. What? Dude, it blew me out of the water, dude. I've never bought a drone because of like I want all the safety shit. And dude, this is like, I can confidently say I'm confident with this thing at all times. I've flown this thing out probably like over 2 miles easily. I only lost 1 bar on the signal to my remote with clear line of sight to it, mind you. But like it was
the video keeps up that whole time on your phone.
Oh, fucking flawless.
Really? I mean, I wonder how they do that.
It's got its own special technology that they built with the Mavic that has it. It's called Octo something, and it's supposed to give you like less than 10 millisecond response time to your phone as it's in the controller.
Damn, that's nuts.
But dude, the Mavic, I can't lie. Like, I would
buy a Karma ever?
What's up?
Did anybody buy the Karma?
No, that's the GoPro version, right?
The GoPro, like, anybody buy it? Like, really?
I'll tell you one thing. Every time I go to a Best Buy, the Karma's always fully stocked. I never see that out, and it just took until just the last few weeks until I'm starting to see Mavics consistently in my local Best Buy. Like lately, Best Buy has finally been keeping up with their shipments on Mavic. So like right now, they literally have a whole fucking bunch of them at my local Best Buy. So it's kind of cool that they're available to get now for anybody to get and try.
Does the Karma still support the 5?
Yeah, it comes with the 5.
Oh, all right. Because that came out when the 4s were out, right? Or no, did that launch when the 5s
with
came
the 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got thrown off on that.
See, the Karma though, I never got to use that, and it's got a lot of selling points, dude. For the same $1,000, you get the Karma, the Hero 5 with it, and you get the fucking gimbal stick that detaches from the drone, so it's the gimbal thing. That thing's $200 on its own. So, dude, I was really wanting to try that Karma too, but it don't have the obstacle avoidance, and I don't know the range on it. Oh, and it's got a dedicated controller, so I was really fucking a big fan of that. That sounds pretty cool.
That is pretty sweet.
I heard it's like way bigger, isn't it?
What's up?
Isn't it way bigger?
Isn't it way bigger? Yeah, I think it is bigger, but I think that folds. I forgot, dude. I stopped giving a fuck about the Karma once I found out about the Mavic.
Yeah. If I had to choose,
I think that's what everybody did.
Yeah, DJI come out with all that fire technology. I think the main things is just like the crash avoidance and optical like sensors. That's like no brainer for drones.
That gives me the I've been doing a lot of shots like where I fly into a tree and kind of raise altitude as it gets really close to the tree, and that gives me the full confidence to do that. I'll tell you that much, because I would not be doing those shots if it wasn't for that shit.
Without chopping fucking trees down and shit.
And the thing crashing like a mile away from you on the top of a tree on a hill. Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
So did you test out the crash avoidance or what?
I've had it actually happen twice to me. There's one where I was trying to take a video of it, and I got all close trying to film the front, and it backed off from me and went in the air a little bit. And when I couldn't even like do a video of the front of the drone, I had to take it twice because it was avoiding me just filming in front of it, standing in front of it. And then one, I flew into me doing a shot like coming into the mountain, and then it flew into a branch of a tree, and then it went beep, 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 and backed off from it and stopped like on a fucking dime.
Dang.
I'm done eating. That food was fucking good. Shit.
It fucking works, dude. It works. And you can't ever crash it landing. You can't even land it. You can't even put it on the ground by yourself. You have to land it, and then it goes to the ground, and it hovers there. Then you have to hold down on the stick for a few seconds, and then it manually does a really slow landing on the ground. So you can't even put it to the ground. You couldn't even crash it to the ground if you tried.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, you couldn't even do that.
Dang, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but like I said, if you go to sports mode and shit, you turn all that shit off and you can crash it. So you gotta watch out on that. that lets
so
you.
Can crash it if you want to. Like if you want to buy one, your goal is to fuck it up. You can do it.
But what sports mode does, it lets it fly up to 40 miles an hour. Which, dude, you could keep up with a motorcycle, like going through curves and shit with that, and that would be some killer ass shots right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't they sell those POV fucking goggles for it too?
I think I've never seen them. I've never used them or seen them, but I think they're out there.
How dope would that shit be? What if it'd be harder to fly with that?
No, right after watching your video, you mentioned it. So, Ride 2, that game is pretty fun. Did you ever play that, Neil?
No. They got it for PC, right? It's
yeah,
like
I got it
motorcycle
on
racing.
Intel, and I got one, and it felt way too fake. And Ride 2, I gave it a good like few raises, and I got so used to it that I couldn't put it down until like I pretty much unlocked all the races, and then it got kind of repetitive. But dude, I was so addicted to that for quite a little while.
They need to make like a Need for Speed game, except with motorcycles too.
Wasn't that what? Oh no, I'm thinking Midnight Club. Remember old school Midnight Club?
Yeah, Midnight Club. Dude, I was always a fan of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit with the cops. Pull over now.
That was OG. Dude,
So
you know
fun.
what I just bought? You know what I just bought this weekend for nostalgia's sake? I found a 20th anniversary Wii and the red one, and it was like nearly brand new, and I bought that. It was like $80. And we went to the swap meet, and the guys there had not only the fucking OG Super Smash Brothers Melee, but Super Mario Sunshine. And nearly brand new condition at a fucking swap meet. Do you remember those games?
Yeah.
You ever play Sunshine? Super Mario Sunshine?
I've still got a Wii set up at the Dirty Shame.
Dude, the Wii, never get rid of that, man. That shit still holds the fuck up. I would tell you, I was a big GameCube guy. That was like my last system that I really loved. So were you ever into the Super Smash Brothers then?
Like, oh fucking A, dude. Are you kidding me? Super Smash Brothers
Melee.
Super Smash Brothers, what was the one on the Wii? The Brawl?
The GameCube. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the master at the one on the GameCube, man. I was fucking really good.
That shit was fucking OG. That and the Super Mario Sunshine, because Super Mario Sunshine, that's one they never remade for any other modern systems like they did all the OG Mario. So you literally have to play that on GameCube.
Nah, man, I love GameCube. Fucking jam, dude. That was the last game system that I had time to fucking play. And I hate saying that. I'm always like, man, I wish I had time to play video games. That's not some like, oh, my life is so important. I wish I had time to play video games. Like, I literally wish I had time to play video games because I love playing video games. Just don't fucking have time to do it. Like,
dude, I so miss shit like the fucking Fallout series or GTA. Man, that shit's fun when you're a kid, right? But then you grow up and you're like, this is fun still, but man,
it's still fun, man. Like I bought an Xbox with Fallout. Like when I broke my foot, I bought an Xbox One. I bought Fallout, Doom, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, like I played that for like fucking a couple hours. I was like, this game fucking sucks. Sorry, everybody fucking plays it. I was like, this game sucks so bad. Didn't ever play that. I played all the way through Doom. I thought that was fucking awesome. And then I started playing Fallout 4. I thought that was awesome. And then my foot got better. And I was like, I haven't turned it on since.
Dude, I still love the game. I like the PC. I'm mainly multiplayer shit, like rarely will I sit down and play through some single player game. But damn, I got Mass Effect. I just remember I've never even played it yet.
You know, god damn, man, I loved all the Final Fantasy games. Like, fucking, I was a big into Final Fantasy 7 and fucking, I love Final Fantasy 10. God, it was such a good game. I like all the like long single player RPGs, man. Those are my fucking games.
The only ones I like is like Mass Effect, Metal Gear, of course, fucking classic. Metal Gear is like the single player game you can get down on.
Man, when GTA 5 came out, my buddies and I like started fucking a gang, right? Like on the live fucking clubs or gangs, you can just fucking go rob people and shit. And you fucking fight for ranking on that shit between your friends. Well, this guy threatened his brother to give him the fucking password of the gang, and made himself fucking top notch. And it pissed me off so bad I fucking haven't talked to him since.
Oh, what's up, Tim? Sneaking in. Illuminati meeting's done.
It's all done. Yeah.
Dang, Derek said he found some fucking like Masonic sword at a fucking thrift shop.
Okay, yeah. I know exactly what it was. It's a
What
York,
is it?
It's a Yorkite sword. Is it
How big
gold?
are
Is it gold or silver?
Silver.
Okay, yeah. It's a nice.
It was silver, and it was like it almost looked like a fencing sword, but it was like miniature, and it was like and it was about the size of like your knee to your hip.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it had the what was it that you called it, Backroad? The square, the fucking
the letter G, square and compass.
Yeah.
There you go, G and square and compass. There you go. Had that.
Yeah, the small ones have a special use, and then they have full size swords in the Yorkite as well. So
Yeah, it was in a pawn shop for $55.
yeah, I tend to buy those. I'll go to pawn shops or say estate sales, or also auctions will have them. And anytime I can afford what they're wanting to pay, I buy them. I buy them up, and then I take them to my lodge. Either keep them in my collection, or I take them to my lodge so that we can get them. So we can get them back into.
What's their special use? Like cutting the hearts out of Christians? Or
Yeah.
what?
Masonic circumcision.
It's what we split the goat's throat with before the barbecue. Yeah,
I knew it.
Now,
Letter-
is
MLG letter
$52 a
opener.
good price for that?
it depends. It depends on the shape it's in. Like I bought
It was in
one.
really good. It was almost perfect shape.
That's probably a fair price for it, especially if it's gold plated or silver, or it has some real silver in it.
I think it had gold tips on it. On the, I could be talking about. I'm gonna take a picture of it for you because it's a little
tips.
But would you say those are like good quality blades?
They're usually ceremonial blades. If every once in a while you'll find one that is an actual very sharp, well-tempered combat blade. If you ever find one of those, no, you need to buy it.
I'm gonna take a picture of it and then send it. And you give me your synopsis and I'll buy it if it's
okay.
good.
Yeah, just text it. Just text it to me or whatever, or you can put it on Super Faggot for us.
Oh, and then if you come out to SCMM this year, fucking. If you want it, I got you, boy.
Well, I can inspect it for you if nothing else.
Dang, he's gonna praise the tip.
Are you?
I know if it's legit, I'd rather Tim have it than me.
Well, I appreciate it.
I just want to go to the side chat. We got Mike Poirier over there.
What's up,
If you
Mike?
guys didn't see Lee Stewart's latest video, Mike Poirier was fucking rocking backflips.
Mike Poirier has some skills, not only on motorcycles but also on Le Snowmobile. In Canada, it's Le Snowmobile. And so you guys probably didn't know that, but I was going to go ahead and relay that info to you. So make sure you check his channel out.
Yeah, and this is like, I've never done a backflip. I'm going to try to do one without a foam pit. That shit's hard as a concrete dildo.
Dang.
That's pretty fucking tough.
Yep.
Just gonna,
Shit. Subscribed.
Yeah, so click on his name. He does have a YouTube channel, so fucking go subscribe to that asshole.
You guys better.
Real deal. Let's get his ass in here, man. I'm gonna send him a fucking invite.
Send him up. Send him out.
Yeah, they're
We got
talking
a room.
about them muffs. Them muffs are back.
Them ups are back.
Yeah, I had to do it.
2 weeks.
Cliff and Matt hate me now, but that's their problem.
Felt like fucking 3 weeks.
Well, you know what? They shouldn't have been named Cliff and Matt. So
you get to endure my excruciatingly loud motorcycle.
There you go, Cliff.
I love that motorcycle, man. I ride it actually more than I do my Triumph now, and I ride my Triumph a lot. I try to split up the time between those two bikes, and then I usually take my Kawasaki out once or twice a week. Kind of trying to preserve that one, kind of keep the miles off of it a little bit. You know, it's a classic.
Oh, Tim,
yeah.
Look what I got. Speaking of Kawasaki. 1979 KZ1000.
Hell yeah, I saw that drag bike on your Instagram.
Yeah. And like no legit 1300 cc.
That's is that an A motor or a B motor that's in that? Go over to the motor.
I know, dude.
Will the camera reach the motor?
Huh?
Will the camera reach the motor?
No, actually. I was like, yeah, then I'm like, no, It's not going to.
Well, I think I'm about to buy another restoration project. I'm supposed to go look at it Thursday.
Whoa.
It's a CB 550K, a 75 model. So I think I'm going to pick it up.
I mean, those CB, you can buy one for cheap, fucking get it. People are getting proud of those.
Yeah, that's another one that's becoming very highly sought after. And the guy's already put like $500 into a bunch of parts he never used for the restoration. So I may be able to get a really good deal on it and start working on it over the summer.
Yeah.
So
this thing has got fucking I gotta actually, like, what I'm gonna do to it. Ken was driving it around. It's got like a quarter turn throttle, like struts in the rear, stretch swing arm. I'm gonna try to make it like a regular bike that you can ride on the street.
Yeah, the main thing is just get rid of that stretch swing arm. That makes me miss my 78 so bad looking at that thing. Yeah.
It's so fucking. It's a good looking bike.
Yeah, just find yourself a regular swing arm for it. American Classics has all that stuff. They have everything for Z bikes and KZs that you can imagine, and you can get it back the way you want it, just like that.
Yeah,
that's a great thing about Z bikes. They built a Brazilian of them, and everybody still rides them and loves them. So there's a huge aftermarket for them, and it's all reasonably priced. That's another reason why I'm thinking of going ahead and getting this old CB, because that's another bike. They made 1 million of them, and you can find whatever you want.
There's no classic bike they make more parts for than the CB 750.
Yeah, CB 750. Any of the CBs from the 400 on up, that you're not going to ever have problems finding parts for those bikes.
There's a few like weird twins that they made, like the CB 360 twin and shit like that. They're a little more rare, but essentially, if it's a Honda, you can find parts for it.
And then they made that transverse twin, that sort of weird ass.
The CX500.
The CX. That's it. Yeah.
There's a big following for those though. Like, people love them, dude. It's like a poor man's Moto Guzzi. Like, people love those.
Yeah. Oh, Short Shipper said I have such a hard time 3 bikes and not enough time to ride them. That is true. I got it pretty good. I was feeling I've been kind of in this weird funk for the last couple of weeks, just thinking wrong. And I'm trying to pull myself out of that. And so I appreciate comments like that, because I do have it really good, and I don't need to be a little bitch about everything that goes wrong in life, every little tiny thing that goes wrong in life.
Are you kidding me, Tim? That's how you vlog, is you bitch about every little tiny thing that goes wrong in your life. And you post it every day. That's called vlogging.
Yeah, that doesn't turn YouTube into a shit pile at all, does it?
Nah, I think YouTube's already a big enough shit pile right now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
If everybody in here did that, like, if you're a daily vlogger, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine the most annoying chick you know. Sorry to be sexist right now, but hey, I'll call it like I see it. Imagine the most annoying chick you know who bitches about her life all fucking day long. Every time you see her, all she can say is, here's what went wrong today. And now just imagine her broadcast on YouTube, and that's what daily vloggers are.
Yeah. Very few people have an interesting enough life to vlog every day. And there's some people doing it where I'm going, just really, you think, I'm glad you think so much of yourself.
So fucking harsh. I love that. So hard. I'm glad you think so much of yourself.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you are so happy with who you are that you think you need to tell the world about yourself every fucking day. Sorry.
Every one of those statements is just followed by an ellipsis. Like,
Sorry about that. I already dropped an F-bomb. I was going to try not to do that tonight.
you're dropping F-bombs. Now you're dropping.
Fuck, Jim.
Yeah. I'm trying to, here's the deal. And I'm not saying you guys are a bad influence on me because I think you guys are a very good influence on me, but you millennials cuss a lot. And I have gotten sucked. I have gotten sucked.
All right.
Who you calling a millennial, man? I'm Generation X.
Yeah, you are Generation X, so you get a pass, even though you cuss too much too.
I'm pretty old. I don't think I'm a millennial.
You're older than me. You're Gen X too.
Yeah, you guys are both at the tail end.
I grew up in the 90s. Does that make me a millennial?
Yes.
All right.
Technically,
You were born in the 90s. That makes you a millennial. Yeah.
Grew up.
Gen X.
Yeah.
That I think, and that's all bullshit. But it's like I think Gen X ends at like 1985 or 4 or something like that.
I think it's 1984. Yeah. So,
But
anyway,
it's like, so there's got to be a gray fucking
So
area.
1984 is the fine line where you're not a millennial. So if you're born after 1984, you're not a millennial.
yeah, it's like a
Well,
lunar
they also
zodiac sign.
use the term Gen Y to like for people like that's the whole like if you're born between like 1980 and like 1988, like that's that weird Gen Y fuzzy area.
It's an overlap area. Yeah. No, I kid. You guys can talk any way you want to, and I'm still going to love you. I'm just saying that I've been
I've
trying
never been
to.
able to keep up with labels. Like
Yeah.
even all the shit that when people call, like when people say left, right, liberal, this and that, even with everyday, like I literally I just talked about somebody's like music on it. I forgot what I was talking about earlier on the channel, and someone just blew. Oh, I was talking about Casey and his drones. And all of a sudden, a comment in the side, Casey's a liberal. Fuck. Like, I don't even know. I still don't even understand what that means.
Yeah.
I've never even cared enough to know what left, right, liberal means. I don't give a fuck about that. And it's just sad that like I see those words and like people fighting over dumb shit like that.
Honestly, man, it doesn't mean much of anything.
I could tell. I didn't do shits about it. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't
so I'll tell you this, in my opinion, so-called liberals and so-called conservatives, they share way more common ground than they share things in opposition to one another. A lot of them don't even know it.
You know what I've started saying, man. Ever since I was old enough of a man to think about politics, I've always considered myself left of center. They just changed where the center was.
Yeah, they are always changing where the center is. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been into that shit enough to even like. And I've been the most anti-political person. I don't even know or give a fuck about politics because life is fucking short enough as it is. No one needs to be fighting over stupid shit.
Yeah.
But,
I'm a total liberal faggot.
Well, and some might
Everybody
say
who watches my videos is like, man, you tell it like it is. Fuck them liberal snowflakes. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what my political views are. Like, that's fine.
I don't even think I have a political view.
I'll tell you, yeah, and you're better off for it, Derek. I'm telling you straight up. Actually, the way you think is a sign of intelligence, in my opinion. I mean, I approach every single philosophical or political question with how it affects human freedom. And generally speaking, most of the time, if it negatively affects human freedom and individual freedom, I'll be against it. And if it positively affects individual freedom, I'll be for it. Whether it's a liberal argument or a conservative argument, I'm all about people being free.
I got a perfect example of what I can compare this to is I look at like people fighting and arguing over politics the exact same way I look at people saying this fucking white, purple, black, Hispanic, Muslim, blah, blah, blah is responsible for this, that, X, Y, or the other. Like the fact that people fucking even argue over religions and race in 2017 is cringy enough as it is, but and then people fucking fight with each other over this, left, right, fucking liberal, whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know. In my brain, it's like, God, man, is there more important shit to fucking?
Yeah.
It's tribal. It's tribalism, dude.
I've never been able to wrap my head around people arguing over politics and race and religions. Like
what sells is two sides.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If there's 20 sides, that doesn't sell. two sides.
The media and the powers that be will play to human beings' sense of tribalism to gain from them. That's what it all comes down to. There's a vested interest all over the world, from governments to influential people and beyond, to have us constantly fighting with one another so that we're not paying attention to what they're doing to us.
Illuminati.
I look more for the.
Right from the source.
Him knows.
You guys heard it from the root.
Mason.
It's the worst,
Fucking
and it feels like it's gotten way worse over the years. Like there never used
Yeah.
to be all this shit, and now it's like that's all it fucking is, 24/7.
I know, man.
Dude,
I
I'll
just-
be back, boys. I'll be back, man. There's a huge party going on over here. I don't know.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'll be
Good
back.
time, man.
I'll be in and
Yeah.
out. See you.
In and out.
A couple times.
In and
Billy's
out,
about to go get his first tip polishing since he moved out of the house. He's not wasting any time.
About to be balls deep.
Well, let me tell you something, Russ, about your thing about who benefits the Masons more than the Masons. The reason, and this is my opinion, that Masons do so well in life is because they're generally very smart men. And smart people tend to congregate together, just like dumb people tend to congregate together. And so my opinion on that is there's not any conspiracy or any secrets about that. You could take all of the money in the world right now and you could divide it evenly among every person on this earth. And we could all be equally wealthy. And 1 year from the time you did that, it would be right back to a bunch of rich, successful people and a bunch of poor, stupid people, because poor, stupid people don't know how to hang on to their influence and their power and their money, and smart people do. And that's ultimately what it comes down to for me. So that's my thoughts on that. You can't constantly, you can't redistribute wealth constantly and give everybody equal footing, because not everybody has the same drives or the same goals, or they don't look at money the same way, or success. Everybody has different success goals. You know, it's about picking the path that makes you happy. Just once you find that path, don't bitch about somebody else because they're on a different path than you are. I know you were just joking, Russ, but it gave me a opportunity to kind of make a little point there. It's kind of funny. We were kind of talking about that a little bit tonight. So anyway, yeah.
Words of wisdom from Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Text.
How's your dad doing in Texas, by the way, Derek? I've been meaning to ask you about that.
He's loving it, dude. Like he moved from Oregon, and yeah, dude, he was going to school to be like a coder. He was at this like shitty point in his life where like he used to truck drive back in the day, then he worked in the electrical field, and then he went to try to do this coding thing and try something new, and he hated it, and was like, man, I want to go back to my old roots, is like working 9 to 5, getting weekends off, and have a normal life. So what did he do? He found an old electrician job, called 3 of them out there in Texas, and I don't know, I think I already told this, but yeah, he called 3 of them. 2 said apply online, 1 said be here, meet this guy. My dad fucking drove down there 4 days, met the guy, got the job, got a house, paid $65,000 for this fucking beautiful ass house fucking in Texas, and as of now he's in love with it, getting comfortable with everybody, and fucking he's telling me like people are even showing him respect now and coming up to him, asking him things, and I'm really happy to see him happy, like, because he was miserable in Oregon and fucking hated the shit out of it.
Well,
That's
I'm
awesome.
glad he's doing good. Well, I'm going to be in December. I'm going to be in Waco, so it might be kind of cool to get together with your dad if possible, and just buy him a beer or something.
I know you good enough to say that you and him would definitely be able to have a good conversation together.
I feel like we would. I feel like we probably we're the same age. I feel like we'd have a lot in common too. You know, we're into a lot of the same stuff.
I just know my dad getting comfortable and telling me a bunch of stories about me and fucking and telling you a bunch of fucking personal shit. Because my dad will have a few beers, have a good time, and start being really chatty with you and having an extra good time. So
Right,
I would be worried what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah. That would be fun. I'm going to be there for in December. I'm going to be there for 3 days. So it would be cool to hook up with him. If you could facilitate that, if he's even interested in it, which I think he knows who I am well enough to where he might at least be able to meet for a half hour for a beer. And then if he hates me, he has an easy out, you know.
He ain't going to be any person to hate you.
Okay. I didn't think so. He's
Doesn't sound like that.
You and him are a lot alike, I can tell.
Oh yeah, like I said, like fucking all that shit I got from him growing up, and you're talking about how we cuss a lot. Like he's one of those that says fuck in every other sentence, so I can that word's probably been in and out my ears a billion times. You know, it's just how it's just how you fucking grow up and whatnot. But yeah, that's him. You know, it's who you fucking grow up with. But yeah, he's a cool guy, man. I think you guys would totally hit it off pretty good if you guys just had a beer together and kicked it and whatnot. Totally.
Right on.
That's so fucking cool, man. I feel like some of the best dudes out are like dudes where you're like, your dad was so cool that you're just like your dad. Like how often does that happen?
Yeah, man. Like
my dad, and he's fucking awesome, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are like that's me. Like I'm fucking polar opposite of who my father is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Neil?
That was cool when he came on live stream. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like my dad. Maybe not a ton. I don't know. He likes science and all that shit, and I'm into that. So
cool.
He loves talking about that shit. Astronomy.
So your dad's very intelligent with the astronomer world and whatnot, and that lingo and that fucking life, huh?
He loves that shit. He's the one who took me to Egypt to see the eclipse. Like he's going to some other one. I forget where he said it was, and it's like coming up, but it's going to be the longest eclipse in America for like I forget how many tons of years he said it was going to be.
When did your dad take you to Egypt?
I think it's like four minutes totality or something, and so he's traveling to the spot in the United States where it's like the most you get like the longest view of it. It was 2006, right before Bane was born.
Oh shit! That's fucking dope.
That's like what an awesome hobby, man. It's like riding motorcycles and saying like I'm going to go to the tail of the dragon, or I'm going to go to the Swiss Alps Pass or some shit like that. But except with shit in space.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The one in Egypt was awesome. I think it was just over like 5 minutes totality, but it was like we traveled to the corner of I believe it was Libya and Egypt, and there's like just thousands of people there to view the eclipse because that was the spot for the longest view.
This right here is going to be the path of the most total part of the eclipse. Right here, that red line is the absolute total eclipse for the one in August that your dad's going to.
Yeah.
How can you say total eclipse without saying of the heart?
Of my heart. Yeah.
Out of time.
Once upon a time, I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. Anyhow. Yeah, Nebraska would be good. Look, Missouri would be great. He needs to go to Missouri, Neil. Look at that.
I think, I forget where he said he was going. Like he's been like researching weather patterns and all. Look
at this shit. It's going to pass right over Billy. Billy is in the breadbasket of this total eclipse.
I think he might be going to Tennessee, maybe.
Okay.
I forget where he said. He said somewhere where it's supposed to be like the highest probability of total clearness and all.
When is that?
August 21st. August 21st.
I'm not gonna get any part of it, I'm assuming, huh?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be able to tell there's an eclipse, but it will not be total.
Yeah, I'm like way down there.
Yeah, and I could go up to it in fucking Carolinas.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing if you've never seen one because it basically gets like nighttime in the middle of the day, and you can see the burning ring, and like you can literally see flames coming off the earth or the sun as it's blocked out. Yeah, let me see if I can find some pics.
It's awesome. Josh, where you need to go to Columbia, South Carolina, right here, right on the beach. That's where you and Jessica need to go experience it.
Now, South Carolina is awesome anyway. I wouldn't mind taking it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah,
it'd be pretty awesome. I'd probably go with them to it if I didn't. I think I'm going like camping that weekend or something. So
you've been having some good times, man.
Been a busy ass fucking summer.
Man, I can't wait to see them. People in the side chat were going off about them Beaver Island fucking motovlog.
Oh yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, me and Kai did some dual vlogs out there, so we rapping around the island and fucking chasing turtles, and it was super fun. That was probably the most fun I've had in a while, other than like SEMM, but just like as an actual vacation with just like Bane and Kai.
No, that's cool, man.
Man, that's gonna be
cool. Bane's getting old enough to get his own little fucking mini bike soon, huh?
I know, right? He's almost flat footing on the ground. I was like, dang, it's time.
Yeah, you gotta give him like a little Kalex 110 or some shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Good call, side chat. Columbia is not at the beach. It's about like 45 minutes from the beach. My uncle used to live in Columbia, though. I remember now. Yeah, it's like a 45-minute drive to the beach. But yeah, anyway, I fucked up.
Oh, well,
Okay, it happens.
I gotta have oysters, man. You ain't getting good oysters off the fucking coast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I have in common with my dad is that he also doesn't like the establishment and disrespects women on the regular. So
Oh, that's great.
they call him the midnight misogynist.
Yeah,
he's told.
here's a pic from Egypt. I took that one. It was pretty badass though. This one lower exposure, but you can see like the little flames around the.
Zoom that one in.
What does it look like with your eyes, though?
Yeah, you can see actual. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that with your eyes. Like it's the shit.
Like that?
Yeah, well, it's like this is through like a camera, but you see the glow coming out from around it, and it's like gets like dark, and everybody just gets like real quiet. That's a little bit of like fucking lens flare action from the. I was using I think it was a 300 millimeter, and then I had a 2x doubler. My dad uses a telescope, but I was just using like a fucking Rebel TI.
Does he use a guide scope when he does that kind of stuff, or
he's got the motorized tripod mount that like fucking will track shit, and you can like type stuff in, and it'll just follow it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like a pic of his setup. He's
Damn.
got this solar scope. This one, you can look right.
Oh yeah.
You can see all the you can literally see like all the fucking fire on the whole sun. It's like insane.
It's badass.
It was pretty fucking badass. Yeah. He brought all this shit to Egypt, like shipped it there, like fucking just $1 jillion.
Damn. That's so fucking serious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever been that serious about anything.
I know, right? Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like when you go stand by the fucking pyramids and fucking see all that shit, it's pretty humbling.
Yeah, pretty badass. I'm looking for some pictures of my telescope so I can show you. Here's another interesting thing about Freemasonry, since we've been talking about it all night. We are charged to learn astronomy, at least basic astronomy. And so
it's like part of the thing, like you got to learn that shit.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of the 7 liberal arts and sciences: grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. So we have to have a basic working knowledge of all that stuff.
Some fucking Sphinx ropes.
Here's a picture I took of
Urban Joker in here now.
Here's a picture I got with my telescope and my one of my DSLRs of the last total lunar eclipse. It didn't turn out great because of the way I mounted the camera. Actually, this wasn't the last one. This is the one before that. The one I did before that turned out better. I mean, after turned out better than this one. But I did that with my scope, with my Meade scope. Let's see what else I can find in here. I
saw a couple of lunar eclipses, but I'll tell you, we watched them, but we also stood outside and tried to have a seance.
You pagan son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not me, man. That was my grandma. She was super into like solstices and fucking lunar eclipses and all that fucking shit. So we'd always try to fucking do something. Like you'd always try to like summon something or like try to read each other's minds or some fucking dumb shit like that. Every time some fucking lunar event happened.
My dad took a
just in case anybody's wondering, it doesn't work.
The lunar eclipse. My dad took a pretty good one of that too. That turned out pretty fire.
You have to have
printed that out for him and gave him a.
Oh yeah, good job, man. You have to have faith for that to work, by the way, Josh.
Are those the swords, Tim?
Yeah, I was going to show Derek that these are some that I got like about 3 or 4 years ago. I got them
this
at an
one
auction.
This looked nothing as elegant as that.
Yeah, these are York Rat swords. But
how much do it sell for, by the way?
I bought them. I think I paid $150 for both of them, which I thought was okay. I didn't. I forgot about the auction fees. A brother Mason of mine said, "Hey man, I found 2 York Rat swords at this auction," and I said, "As long as it's not more than $120 for both of them, buy them for me." And so he bought them. But then there was like all the auction fees and all that crap.
$300 extra.
Dang, dude. Yeah, man. It was like $160 or $170 for both of them, but I still have them. And the great thing about York Rat swords is that they have identification markings that, well, I guess I can talk about that. Anyway, you can trace them back to their original owners. And I traced these were both these belonged both to Freemasons and Texans in Texas who passed away years ago. So this one right here is close to 100 years old, and this one right here is about 70 years.
Yeah, that's worth $150, Tim.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I thought so.
I mean, how do you put a price on that?
Yeah, it's just a matter. Value is completely subjective.
That's some pretty fucking intricate engraving on it.
If you can like trace it back to like who owned it, can you like figure out like shit about them, like kind of their history? And
yeah.
I
found out everything about them. Once you figure out who the person is and what lodge they belonged to, you can go to the secretary of that lodge and you can look up all of their pertinent information to see what they did in Freemasonry and what they did in York Rat Masonry. So it's pretty cool. You can. It's a great way to remember brothers who have gone on to the next place. You know, who have gone to the grave. The cradle and the grave stand side by side. So one of the things that's part of Freemasonry. And one of the things we do is try to remember brothers who accomplished things while they were alive. We kind of keep their memory alive. That's another great thing about it. So.
That's dope. Yeah, so if I go to that one at the pawn shop and see no markings of a person, it probably is a fake ass one.
No, sometimes if they like let's say they were a York Rat Mason and they were in what's called the commandery, they will literally have their name etched onto the blade of the sword. Like it'll say, you know, whatever their commandery rank was and their name, and then you can look them up that way too. So it just depends. Yes.
One of the craziest blades I ever seen was I had a friend growing up, and when we were in high school, he showed it to me, and his grandpa, I guess, fucking got this knife off a fucking dead Nazi and somehow was able to bring it back. And it was literally all pearl handled. It had that whole fucking swastika shit engraved in it. And the blade almost looked like it had blood on it. And it had like this beautiful leather sheath on it. And that shit was one of the most like gruesome looking things I've ever seen. And that shit was like some real ass shit. I'd like to know what something like that would even be worth nowadays. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. My grandfather, he took 2 Nazi bayonets off of some soldiers in World War II. My uncle has the bayonets now, and they're very ornate bayonets, and they've got red and white, so the sort of mother of pearl red and white thing.
Aren't they well made that for like what year?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holy fuck.
The ones that my granddad had that my uncle has now after my granddad passed are 100% combat ready. I mean, you could slice an MFer open in half a second with them. And they've got these big swastikas right in the center of that ornate.
I got something like that. My grandfather brought back an officer's sword from the Pacific Front.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. The katanas, the war prize katanas from World War II from the Japanese theater, those are worth huge money. They're worth way more than German knives.
I never got it looked at. It's all fucking rusted.
Doesn't matter. I bet it's still worth a lot of money.
It's all rusted, but I've looked at it on the Tang, and it's heavy as fuck. Like, but on the Tang, it's got like all these Japanese fucking that have been like pounded into it with like a chisel. It's got all these Japanese fucking glyphs. What do you call them? Marking? What do they call them? Not glyphs.
Swastikas?
Well, they're just Japanese characters. Yeah, the Japanese characters.
That's what they call
them.
Oh,
you're talking about Japanese. Okay, my bad. I was lost.
Yeah. Well, no, my grandfather was in. He was in the occupation in after the bomb dropped in Hiroshima.
Oh, I gotcha.
And
I missed that.
And he brought back a sword as a war prize.
Dude, I would love to see that, like something like Japanese from that era. That shit's probably stupidly well made.
It's actually at my mom's house. I remember I took like a charcoal thing of the characters that were on the thing, and I like it's so dumb. This is when I was like 17 or 18. I took it to like a Asian restaurant. I was like, oh, maybe they'll be able to tell me what it means.
All right, I got.
And of course, they were probably like fucking Korean or something. They were just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I have one more. Since I'm going through these old Facebook photos, I have one more picture for you, Derek, because I know you'll appreciate this. This is my grandfather's 1946 Gibson L48. I've got in this picture. I have it in the studio, but look at the old style Gibson logo, the World War II logo on the headstock.
That's like that's like the same era that Gibson my grandpa gave me. That was a 1940 not 40 but 40s J45. I could never pinpoint the exact year.
Oh, okay.
But it was a 1940s J45, but it was so beat up beyond restoration that I found a collector that was really interested into it, and he bought it for enough that I was able to buy my DR200 for it. So I ended up selling it. But I kept my the 77 Yamaha that he gave me, because that thing's in literally perfect condition. I'll keep that till the day I die, and that's literally such a perfect acoustic. Dude, this thing is so perfect. My grandpa bought this, must have just put it in a closet, never got touched. I still have the fucking tag that was around the headstock with the price on it, and he bought it in 1977. The pencil is still on the tag, like of written of the price. He paid $350 for it in 1977.
Wow, that's
and it's made in Japan, Yamaha FG365S acoustic. The inside of the case is orange fur. It's all fucking perfect. Not one blemish on the guitar. I'm telling you, like, he's never touched the thing. And I restrung it, and the thing's, I've never played something that sounded that good. It's so fucking awesome. Gorgeous.
That's some straight up Jefferson Starship Yamaha guitar right there, man.
Yamaha.
Yeah, I think that that Chiquico played. He had like a deal with Yamaha in the 70s. He probably had that same guitar. But anyway, I ended up inheriting this, so it's probably my most prized guitar, simply because it was my granddad.
I bet that thing sounds gorgeous. Is that one of those hollow body electrics?
Yeah, it's not electric. It's just a full hollow body F hole.
Oh, it's an F hole one.
Yeah,
oh, it's a F hole acoustic.
Yeah, it's a full F hole acoustic. Yeah.
Is it as large as it looks like it is?
It is big. Yeah. Yeah, it's big, roomy guitar. Yeah.
I laughed to myself when you said
Ian,
F.
you wanna change your G string on your F hole?
Don't want a dirty G string covering the F hole. Yeah, I keep them clean.
I know it's nowhere near as cool as a guitar, but my dad, piece of shit that he is, has he's a musician as well. And he has a vintage Yamaha grand piano that I gotta imagine is worth a fucking fortune.
Oh, hell
pianos, man, legit.
Those things are worth a lot of money, and regardless, and especially something of age to it and value and rarity.
Oh, what up, Joker? You fucking sliding in? Yeah. What's up, man? His mic's muted.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting here listening. I know some musicians that said they play the skin flute.
You don't have to be a musician to play
classical
skin flute.
Classical skin flute.
Jazz improv skin flute.
So let me go ahead and take out my vintage skin flute and give you some lessons right now.
play us a ditty.
I was reading some side chats, and on Tim, they want to know, can an atheist be a Mason?
No. And that's the end of it. An atheist may not be a Mason. An atheist cannot be made a Mason.
You have to believe in.
Let me tell you this, and here's an awesome story that comes out of that. Can an atheist be a Mason? No. And that says something about Tim Kreitz. And if you look at the group that we have here that does this weekly Monday night moto vlog, you have this amazing gamut of people who believe a million different things and have a million different emotions about the way the world works, and yet we all sit here and get along through motorcycles. Yeah. And I think it's pretty fucking amazing.
Well, that's part of the beauty of motorcycles, that it connects us back to our humanity. We don't have to all believe the same thing or think the same way to realize that we're brothers in humanity, and that's part of Freemasonry too. Now, while we do not allow atheists into the fraternity. You don't have to be a Christian. You can be you can be Jewish, you can be Hindu, you can be Christian, you can be, it doesn't matter. But you have to believe in a benevolent creator of the universe.
Yeah.
I hate to be the instigator here, but I noticed you didn't mention Muslim.
You can be Muslim. I hear that there are Muslim lodges.
Okay.
Lodges.
I wasn't trying to instigate. I was genuinely curious.
No, you can be. Here's the deal, and I don't want to get into it too deeply, but the thing about it is that there's some Freemasonry that are pretty diametrically opposed to Sharia law.
Hold on.
So, yeah.
We're getting some ridiculous.
Who is
echoing.
echoing?
Oh, that is me. Sorry.
I
Damn
can
it,
see his
Josh.
bar moving way up. Yeah, Tim, you were totally like unintelligible there.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Yes, you can. They tell me that you can be, that there are Muslim lodges in the Middle East, which it seems like those things would be destroyed and all the people imprisoned pretty quickly. But the thing about it is, and this is kind of what I said before when I was unintelligible, there are some things in Freemasonry, at least in Texas Freemasonry, that are pretty diametrically opposed to Sharia law. So I can't see where there would be a lot of Muslim Masons, but I know there are some. But they're probably our least represented religion within the fraternity. That would be my guess. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got all quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking up Freeman. Hey, so would it be a disrespect for me to say I went to that local lodge that I had here in San Bernardino? Would it be a disrespect for me to go there and be filming in any way, shape, or form? And
No.
kind of like, not secretly, but like, you know, kind of like wanting to maybe get information and do that? Would that be a disrespectful gesture?
No, they would answer any question that they could answer for you. And I mean, I've filmed in my lodge on this live stream, not when lodge was in sessions, but if you guys
I remember that.
if you guys remember, I've shown the inside of the lodge. It's not a secret. No, it would not be disrespectful. Now, you can obviously do anything in a disrespectful way, which I don't recommend.
I'm not trying to like go there and ask instigating questions and be a dickhead. I'm just saying like, say I went there to get legitimate, ask some maybe like, you know, what would be legitimate questions to me about, you know, their ways of that I'm curious. I mean, I don't know shit. I would ask questions about how it works. So, I mean, what would be legitimate questions to me of just general how you work and your values and whatnot?
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Hell, that goes back.
And I feel like maybe that'd be a cool way to at least not only get the San Bernardino lodge perspective, but I wouldn't mind doing a vlog for that. Then you can tell me I would love to know your thoughts on how this place is. You know, obviously getting a little in depth, and it's not even far from me. It's literally, it's pretty close. So that's something I could do. So yeah, if I got your word that you think that wouldn't be something that would be disrespectful for me.
No, I don't think so. Now you want to ask them if you're going to film.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk there with a camera and put it in their face and be like, "What's up, bro? What's fucking? Does fucking 9 + 10 = 21?"
The main thing.
You have a drone.
I'll tell you straight up, the main thing they're going to want to know is they want to make sure that you're not there to do some nonsense History Channel Illuminati crap. So you want to reassure them, hey, I want to shoot a little bit of video or maybe take some pictures in here. Is that okay? And I promise you, I mean, this is totally legit, you know. They're like, here, yeah, that's a picture I took in my lodge. That's when I was in the West and about to go to become master of the lodge. So it's nothing in there is a secret when lodge is not in session.
I'll make a fucking like a true TV style thing. I'll be like, tonight on Undercover BXD, we investigate the San Bernardino Freemason.
All right, guys, am I sounding okay with no echo now?
Oh, let me test.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
Hey.
cool.
Hey, Tim.
And we hear you perfect still too. So I don't know if you can like what you fix, but yeah, you're all good, man.
Yeah, Jason.
Say, Tim,
Yes.
Here's the funny thing. I think I'm mid-40s, but I
Mhm.
told somebody earlier, like, streams now, when you and I were growing up, we knew our butchers, pharmacists.
Mhm.
I think community has disappeared in this younger generation. So, like, for me to be on a stream with guys like you, it's like completely over my head.
Well, you're unfortunately right about that. And one of the reasons that, Freemasonry goes through ebbs and flows. There have been periods in history when it was really popular, like at the founding of the country. The vast majority of the country's founders were Freemasons. But then, there was a huge anti-Masonry movement in America around the turn of the 20th century. And in World War II, in Europe, in Germany especially, or any of the area where they conquered, being a Freemason could cost you your life. So it ebbs and flows. And the more that people need community and the more that people need to rely on each other in a community, that's where Freemasonry thrives the most. So that's actually excellent perception on your part. Because Masons are all about taking care of their communities. That's why we give out scholarships, and that's why back in the old days, our lodges, the bottom floor of the lodge was the school.
We've talked about that a lot, Tim, and that's why one of the reasons I've always, even though I'm a godless heathen, I've always respected Freemasonry in a huge way, just because of all the talks we've had about it over the years. It seems like the general principle is build your community.
Is what?
Build your community.
Yeah.
This is what it's about, is building the community around you and bringing up not even like-minded people, but good people.
Right. You help
good people in the community and bringing them forward.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. And the thing about it is all fraternal organizations, not just the Freemasons, but from everything you can mention, from the Lions Club to the Odd Fellows and beyond. I mean, there are tons and tons of fraternal organizations. The Eagles, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, used to be a big one in the U.S. In fact, the reason we have Social Security today is because the Fraternal Order of Eagles is one of the big fraternal organizations who pushed for it back then in the 30s. And if it hadn't have been for their power and influence at the time, there probably wouldn't be Social Security today.
Yes.
And so, unfortunately, with technology and our success at organizing society, people don't feel as much like they need to belong to fraternal organizations, and people are a lot more like, we do everything like we do it now. We do it on Hangouts and on Twitch and on Xbox, and we interact differently than we used to. And
the world, she is a changing.
She is a changing indeed, but changes aren't permanent.
Like Derek said, man. Let's take some questions from the panel.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Hit us up.
Oh no, by all means, I was gonna see if anyone had some and let them build up while you guys are going.
Yeah. No, let's do some, man. We can fucking just answer them as they roll out. What looks
We'll answer legitimate questions.
Put a capital Q and a blown out loose colon and a question, and we'll fucking go ahead.
how much do y'all tolerate Snowcat? I've never seen one of his videos, so I don't have anything against him, I guess. Never seen. I don't even know what his voice sounds like, and that's not anything against him. It's just like I just never watched one of his fucking videos.
I've seen him in person countless times, and he's exactly what you would expect. I'll go that much.
Hey.
Angela goes.
The guy in the Twisted Sister video, it's a quick sequence. I don't know the timestamp, but I mentioned, I think in one of my old live streams, that one of, I don't know what family member it is to me. It's my mom's cousin. What is that to me? Fucking uncle or great uncle? I don't know what the fuck you call it.
It's your second cousin.
Second cousin. He was in the Twisted Sister a Twisted Sister video, and he's the one banging his head on the lockers in this quick scene. And I think he's wearing like a black, I forget which one. He's only been pointed out to me like once or twice, but he's on one of them scenes where he's banging his head against the locker.
Do you remember which song? I'll look the video up. We're not going to take it.
I think whatever one they're in a school and they're banging their head, I'm literally brain farting. I don't listen to
Probably I Want to Rock.
I Want to Rock. There you go. That's it.
East London Grom. I want to answer this right now. And I see this a lot. I see this, and I don't even own a Grom. He goes, anyone know how to do the 250 to 300 conversion on the Grom? If you want a bike that's 250 cc, don't buy a Grom.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, 250 to 300
Amen.
There's just so
conversion
many
on a
bikes
Grom?
out there that like buy a WR250. You know, do something else. Don't buy a Grom. Like if that's what you want to do. Like
Yeah, you get a Grom to fucking like you put a pipe in an intake and give it its little open it up, but you don't fucking buy a Grom to fucking engine swap it.
Yeah, some dude that I ride with took a Ninja 250 and made it look like a Grom. So it's literally a 250 Ninja, but it looks like a Grom. He put the plastics on it and everything.
Oh, I found it.
Do you guys pee in the shower? That's
fucking. I don't even want to say it out loud, but Luke plays. Made me laugh.
Oh my god. Oh, Luke plays. Fucking.
Did I miss it?
What a
That's a
fucking
Quiplash win right there.
All right.
Look at
Hey, Busted Nuts actually had an awesome question. Do you feel like motovlogging / YouTube content is a legitimate form of art, or do you just consider it a form of journalism?
Motovlogging and food content creating? That's all down to the person. Everyone's got their own shit.
yeah.
That Matty Cycles guy, he
feel like
became
I
the
straddle the line all the time.
I feel like that Matty Cycles guy, he's like, it's not nothing original, but in this scene, it kind of is. And, at first I was kind of like, oh, it's like some Philip DeFranco shit. But he did a video about the snow shit situation, and he was legitimately like pretty damn accurate with nearly every fact. He went through all the effort to download clips to show everybody shit. And, after I saw that from somebody that literally knows everything going on behind the scenes with that, I got to admit, he did his research. And after I saw that Matty Cycles guy, he's coming at this with motovlogging and that news shit. That's his thing. That's what he's wanting to grow with. And he's doing a good job at that. I got to give Matty Cycles some shit.
Yeah. I don't think he did bad at it, man. I've been a fan of Matty Cycles for a minute. Just because, I mean, he started out kind of raw. If you see his early shit, like, you can't deny that shit's a little raw, a little fucking,
and then some little girl worthless piece of shit like went and copy striked his shit like over some mark ass shit, and then fucking had to attack him just doing his fucking thing, and
that's fucked up, man. You know what? I'm not. And Tim, I'm sorry.
What?
I just want to apologize to Tim because Tim hates this kind of shit.
Oh,
but
no, man.
It's like, dude, well, no, for good reason. But anybody like on YouTube, there's like, come on, there is a gentleman.
First guy.
There's and call it a handshake deal, call it what it is. But there's a gentleman's agreement on YouTube to just go like, you know what? You don't fucking copyright somebody's shit for using your video. Especially in that regard. If they just upload your video, that's one thing. If they're using it and they're talking about it, like, I don't ask people to use their video. You know how many people's videos I've used in my videos? Fucking hundreds, man. Like hundreds. I don't ask. I just fucking use it. And the same thing goes for anybody. Like, if you want to use a clip of my video, like, of course, fucking take it. Like, we're all doing this together. And when somebody like go and does that, and you're going like, you know what? I don't like how you used it, so I'm gonna fucking throw the hammer on you. That's fucked up.
I've literally had people take my videos and talk shit about me, calling me a faggot and blah blah blah. And even that, I didn't even take the effort and time to report it. I don't even care. Like, and that's like actual someone talking shit and shit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can't.
It's not worth the time.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to take the hot, the cold, and the lukewarm. You can't pick and choose. You say either one's okay or none of them are okay. And that's what Snowcat fucked up. And again, I've never seen a Snowcat video, but to me, that says everything I need to know about the guy. Is that Matty Cycles did something that people on YouTube do all the fucking time.
Yeah,
he took
that's like a huge genre. Is literally that.
Yeah, no, well, he made a breakdown. He goes, I'm going to do this breakdown. He didn't even say anything bad about him. He just fucking laid down the facts. He didn't say nothing bad. He was just like, here are the facts. These are what the facts are. And he used Snowcat's video
laid out the whole situation.
of it, and he fucking hit him with a copyright strike. Not just took his video down, but he actually got a copyright strike off that shit, and that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
Not as fucked up as
don't use it.
Derek's second cousin in this Twisted Sister video right here. Here he is in this righteous 80s shirt with the studded belt buckle right here.
Dang.
Oh yeah. I wonder if we can see his face.
How long is that clip? Please play that quick little
Well,
clip.
it jump cuts. So
Oh, I'm about to get a copyright strike in here, guys.
it starts about right here. There he is. You can kind of see his face right there.
Yeah.
Look at this hot piece of ass right here, right beside him. Is that like your? I wonder if he got a piece of that. Ask him if he got
related to any rest of them.
Okay. Well, just ask him if he.
Well, I don't even know that guy. I've never met him in my life. I don't even know his name. I just know that's who he is. It's like
the bad thing about saying that's a hot piece of ass is that this was the early 80s, so that could be a dude.
I doubt a dude fucking is gonna be
I don't
looking
think
like
shirts
that
for
next
dudes
to
are
him,
in back
like
then.
two other dudes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Unless a
Here's
suburban
one.
delinquent in a wig.
Do you pee in the shower?
Yes. I not only do I pee in the shower, I pee upwards and I try to make an arch with the pee into the drain. And I try to fucking bullseye the whole piss. And then as the piss is dying down and the pressure light dies down, I get closer to the drain and I try to make it all the way into the last drop. That's my shower piss ritual.
Call that the hole in one.
Yeah. Even if that last drop goes to the edge of the rim of the drain, I feel like I failed myself. And I have
Busted Knuckles had a good one. Do you think video quality is more or less important than content quality? I think we can probably all agree on
Video quality.
Content
you could
quality.
upload 480p and 720p, and if you had some fire-ass videos, everyone's gonna watch it, regardless of who the fuck you are, what you're creating, motovlogging or not. Doesn't matter.
One thing I've learned over the past 3 years is that the quality of the video, like all the money I've spent on cameras and drones, it doesn't matter a bit. It matters if people like you and they think you are entertaining. That's all that matters. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Let me reiterate a little bit on that though. Audio quality has a little bit of importance. If you're gonna have like obviously some garbage audio can really kill an entire video.
Yeah, anything that's a distraction.
Yeah, it can look like some 4K shit, and it's gonna kill the video if you have some garbage audio.
Yeah,
so usually, if it's a guy fucking uploading videos off his cell phone where you can obviously hear him, but the video looks like shit, but he's fucking funny and shit, I feel like that would progress.
If the quality is so bad, like Derek is saying, if the quality is so bad that it actually creates a distraction from what you're trying to do, then you need to up the quality a little bit.
Yeah,
at least on audio.
Yeah,
what's up,
audio
Jake?
Especially Jake.
Jake.
What's up?
Jake looks like he just came from a fucking sushi bar.
What does that look like?
Getting some sushi on
Sure,
it.
dude, it's got dogs.
What happened to your hair, bro?
Look at them dogs.
Oh, I see it.
Got too hot for that hair, man.
You got a Dragon Ball Z button up on or what?
No, it's the dog's playing poker, smoking cigars.
You look like you've been trying to solve the Hodge conjecture all night.
Look at that new hairdo. What happened to the freaking crazy Jake do?
And it got too hot for that.
You got styling, dude. You got a fucking super cut and some sexy specs. You're a new man.
Am I?
Maybe. I don't know. How you been, man? It's been a while. Where you been? What you been up to?
Oh, big.
I was loving.
There's
I was
things
loving
going
that
on.
fucking,
I'll
that
talk
motor,
about it
that,
maybe.
what do you call it? Aeroplane. What they called? Fuck.
I don't know. You're just talking.
The moto gliders?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the paraglider, man. The paraglider videos. That was fucking awesome, man.
Oh, well, I'm glad you liked it.
I fucking loved it, man. Especially like that was so fucking cool. Like, cause you like just jump off the ground. It's like having a dream.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. I got it
You
in.
guys ever had a dream where you fly and you just like jump off the ground and you like get to jump really far? It's like so fucking awesome.
You don't want to jump because then you end up doing what Dan did and you smash the prop in the ground. You just the idea is to really just keep running like an asshole, even though your like legs are coming off the ground, and you just keep fucking running. You know, you just gotta commit.
Got to pull that Fred Flintstone action.
I was
We
thinking
really
that.
do, man. I mean, like the guys who know what they're doing, they don't do that crap. But it's what I do. But yeah, it's all in a box, man. I had to clean up the garage before I tried to put it together because it was like it was gonna have nowhere to go and everything was a mess in there. I got rid of 2 bikes that were sitting in there that weren't mine and needed to get the fuck out. I threw a ton of shit away. I've been scumbagging it, where I just load my truck up and I just go to the construction sites and throw them in those big bins, out front of the houses they're working on.
Nope.
That's what I do.
Certified pilots.
I just wait till nighttime and then.
Anyway, I thought
Go to
that
good
video was fucking righteous, man. I was all about it. I
I'm
thought,
glad you liked it, man. Yeah. I've been up to
How
some
did
crazy
you do?
shit.
Did
We'll
it
talk
do all
about
right?
it off air if you guys want later on, but yeah. I look like I just got back from a bowling league. This shirt's funny. I literally put this shirt on knowing I was going to walk in here and go on this. I want y'all to know that. Like, I thought about that, right? I don't think I've worn this shirt in 4 or 5 years. And the last time I wore it was.
So basically, what you're telling everybody is you made a choice. And
You pulled out that little gem.
Oh, dude. But y'all can't see it, though. I mean, you see what it is, right? It's the dogs and they're playing poker, right? It's one of those things.
Legit.
Yeah. I can't believe I have one of these shirts.
You gotta wear that to SEMM.
Oh, I won't be there.
What? You're not going this year?
I can't, dude.
Gay.
Life.
Yeah, we were talking about life earlier.
We can talk about it off there if you guys later on, but I can't do it now. Oh well.
What if we make a fucking Jake Goes to Cali to build sandcastle shirt again and fucking make that the CMM?
Well, I mean, no, it's not like. No, it's not even that, dude. There's just stuff. I don't know. I'll talk about it later if you guys want.
You
I'm
quit
more than happy to
motovlogging.
fucking promote that, man, because I want Jake out here.
He said you quit motovlogging for bowling.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like Spicy asked a good question in the side chat. If we're still doing questions, that was why do assholes get all the attention in motovlogging?
Because people love a train wreck, man. That's what it all comes down to. It's about sensationalism.
They're waiting to get called out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we got that drama going on. Chill, fucking awesome, man. Fuck yeah."
God.
I feel
I'm gonna go hit on some bitches by the beach. Yeah. Oh, there's a motorcycle.
I feel like all that stuff is
motovlogger.
true, but if your whole shtick is I'm an asshole, then like it can't. I feel like it's unsustainable.
That was M13's
Oh, yeah.
original drive. He was an asshole.
People will tire of it.
And where is M13 now? Like,
Yeah, people will tire of it eventually.
Oh man.
You got a point there. Let me see.
I feel like I'm an asshole when I ride with everybody else.
Because Jake, you can compare yourself. Derek, you can compare yourself to M13 because y'all were both early adopters of motovlogging. But both y'all,
They're both way older than me, though. Jake and M13.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but both you guys still like today, even if your numbers are down, you still crush what M13 does.
That's really hard to say. That's just audience thing, but M13 still M13. He's still he's who we know him because of who he is and what he did. Like, even though he may not be relevant today, I still look at him as like still one of the fucking pioneers.
Sure, I'm just saying being an asshole is unsustainable. It's an unsustainable.
I totally feel on that, and
Meanwhile,
I wish it was more.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say it just sucks that so many cool people have kind of completely quit in the wake of all that, or for whatever reason, or Orca GT doesn't make videos anymore. A bunch of people that I used to love watching don't make videos anymore, and they were all great people, but they couldn't keep up with the dumbassery that's going on right now that's getting views and subs.
You don't have to. That's the whole thing. Just
you don't have to.
Making content, and I'm not. that, Tim. It's like you just continue making content that's legitimate, and you'll fucking survive it.
I hope so, man.
It just depends what your goal is. If your goal is just to make videos, that's cool. If you're trying to make
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm pretty discouraged right now, and my channel is shrinking.
Tim, that's happening to all of us.
Yeah, it's across the board.
I know.
Go look at the guys with the high sub counts, video views, and go look at all of ours, and you'll see every
like the ratio. Like, imagine if you're trying to get 1/50th if 1/50th of my subscribers watched my video, I'd be like, well, I guess that went well.
Yeah.
That's an
at least,
insane ratio right there.
yeah, that's true. If I have one thing, going
Josh
for me-
puts out videos that get almost the same views as my videos get right now.
Yeah,
So-
I literally will go through every channel's. If I see something, I feel like my channel's going a little down. I'm like, am I doing something wrong here? I'm like, I get nothing but positivity for the most part on my channel, but
no,
you know,
your videos
shit's
are
happening. No, I appreciate that, Tim, but this is besides me for any reason. I'm saying like I'll see that for me. So what I'll do, I'll look up fucking Suburban, I'll look up Jake, I'll look up Arson, I'll look up all of us that are doing our thing. And when I see a consistency of a drop across everybody, I'm seeing an overall problem. Like it's not what we're doing or anything. I feel like it's more of an algorithm or search thing, or we're not being recommended as much, or we're just not floating around.
I was seeing some weird stuff today. Kind of like it was weird. Is like there's a lot of videos I used to know, like certain things. Like I could find a video to show somebody by just searching, knowing what to search for in the search bar, right? Because my stuff would pop up really high.
Yeah.
And there's so many of my videos. I started trying it across the board. Like all these videos, I use that vidIQ thing so I can see where they rank in tags. But my stuff is like. And it's all this other people stuff above it, even stuff that's fairly new. It doesn't like, it's not even a relevance thing anymore. It's like I almost feel like a lot of us are just kind of blacklisted, you know, like we've just got a history of saying too many F words and too much this and that and you know whatever. And so it's like every video you put out is automatically like go fuck yourself,
automatically blacklisted.
Dude, I mean, it's just like it's not. It's
I'm not trying to say like I'm like, hey, look at me, but like my videos are doing better than they ever have, and I'm fucking dude. I cuss and fucking.
But you might be under the cuff limit though. See, here's the thing. This goes deep. I've thought about all this stuff, right? You might be under the radar right now. You get up high enough, and then you just fucking, it's like, you know, Icarus,
they
man.
probably do
high,
have a shelf. Yeah, they may have a shelf where they don't care. But I'll tell you right now, man, over the last 30 days, I've gained less than 100 subscribers for the first time in a long time. My channel views were down to like for the month like 60,000 views, which is probably a 15 to 18% decrease. Everything is in the shitter right now. And man, my most recent video is not performing well. It's been out almost a week. It has less than 1,000 views. I just don't know what to do at this point.
And that's across all, dude. It's like it's a motorcycle thing or something. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Well,
it's like
board, you know, like with all this stuff that's gone on, and you heard all the big guys talk about it. And I think for a lot of them, it's been slowly stair-stepping better and better. For like, you know, I think for motorcycle videos, where I think it's slowly stair steps worse and worse and worse, because I think they go in there and like, you know, they make these brash decisions where it affects everybody, and they're like, no, we didn't want that to affect everybody. We wanted it to affect these kind of things. So you guys are good, and then you guys, no, you guys know, you motorcycle fuckers, no, we wanted you guys down. No, fuck you guys.
I don't know. When everybody got hit, I got fucking hit too. I saw all my what do they call all my revenue? I saw all my revenue drop. I saw like all my views drop. Like when everybody was getting fucked with, and like this last round, like I don't know, and I might see it later. Maybe I'll see it later. Like maybe I'll see it with the next video I upload. I don't.
My revenue is what I care about the least. I'm like you, Josh. My revenue is what I care about the least. I just want people to watch and enjoy my videos. That's the important thing. But that said, my revenue is in the shitter right now too. So everything is just on a downturn.
Well, I mean, my revenue is nothing good. Like my revenue couldn't, and some people would probably love that it was this much, but like my revenue wouldn't even pay my electric bill.
Yeah.
Like it just is nothing.
Amen, brother.
Hey, mine won't either.
That's a
big problem, guy. You have a bar. Have fun with that.
But you also use your revenue as a way to judge how well your channel's doing.
Well, if I
know that's like very privileged thing to say. Like some people would be like, I'd love if my revenue almost paid my electric bill.
In the age of the YouTube depression and the adpocalypse, maybe not as much as before, but I generally do agree with that. Maybe.
What's weird is that YouTube's come to the point where this is a conversation because, you know, fucking, I know definitely when Jake, how long were you doing videos before monetization was even a thing you even considered and like was a thing at all?
Well, technically, I've been putting videos up since 2006, but I really didn't start motovlogging until 2011. So monetization was around, but it was like, I don't know. I had different levels of member. I've had like YouTube partnerships. I've had like.
I remember it just being a
Partnerships.
baby then, though. Like the
I had
monetization. It was
different.
like
I had different. I had an individual video partnership at one point.
Yeah.
And then I had like I had monetization partnership where I could monetize, but I couldn't do like custom, all the partnered stuff.
Yep. That's literally my time when I got partnered. I literally was doing YouTube videos for nothing forever, for a long time, until that one time it was what was it before Maker Studios? Was it Maker at first? What was its very
Social
first
Blade
name?
and RPM.
Was it Social
were,
Blade?
their
Yeah,
under-
RPM Social. Yeah, they hit me up, and this was back when like you had to be partnered to be able to put a custom banner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
custom,
that was the
that's
only
why
reason I
partnered.
wanted to do
Custom
it.
thumbnail.
That's literally why I was partnered. You had to be partnered to have those cool perks back then. And I remember back
And
then,
you could live
and
stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and monetization was just part of that. So I remember I was like, hell yeah, I want a custom banner. Maybe my channel will grow because you think you're partnered, and you think maybe you'll have a bigger engagement because people care more that you got the cool little banner and shit. You used to think that, and I guess in a sense we grew from that. So maybe it worked, but
Maybe it worked back then. Yeah, it might have.
that was our mind and our essence of it then. Nowadays, you got AdSense, you got 1,000 fucking networks that you'll have 1,000 subs and you're gonna have 1,000 emails in your inbox. Hey, come join with us. We got this. Come join with us. We got that. Come join with this. We fucking fuck these guys, an asshole. Like that's nowadays. So you got to remember, time.
You asshole, bit better.
Really, well, our dick won't go in as deep as the other guy, but it'll still be a few inches. Like it's one of those emails, and that's nowadays. I can only imagine what it's like nowadays to like catch a little following and like see what emails you're getting. Because back then,
Oh, dude, I get them every day.
It's just not pure anymore, though. It's fuck.
Yeah, no, but that's
Jake,
what's
shit.
you know what's weird to me is like I feel like my channel's been growing pretty well, and I never ever get an email, like ever. I've never gotten a single email about like joining a studio.
I get them
Really?
every day.
Get them every day.
Yeah. No, I don't get any of them. If I go to my YouTube,
do you have your email in your about section on your channel?
I don't know.
That might be 100% why.
That's exactly
Yeah.
why.
I get like YouTube when like the rare time I check my YouTube messages, I'll have a bunch in there. Like it'll be like some fake account, like, hey, my name is fucking Carla, and I've got a super hot profile pic. Come talk to me about joining fucking Buttfuck Studios.
Yeah.
I keep getting this one like spam comment where it's like it would be like some girl and it's like, and they leave this comment that says, "I love you. Go check out the video I made about you."
I got that. I got
And I
that.
noticed like I've been getting. I figured you guys have to too because I've been
Yeah.
getting like and I'll mark it as spam, but it's like it's always like I guess they make multiple accounts. It's always like the same picture.
And the other one is the free music channels and EDM channels that just put on all the motovloggers channels, dope video, great video, bro. They put the
Yeah.
exact same thing. They're just trying to get you to use their music and check their channels out.
I like I actually I save some of those guys. I get emails from them like, "Hey man, you're allowed to use the song if you want." Blah blah blah. And they'll give you like the whole license in the email, and I'll go give them a quick listen to every time because I do log a few of those. I've used some. Like, oh, that's actually cool. That's a decent one. Thank you. I will keep that.
So quick question for you big guys.
Oh fuck, no one's big anymore.
Well, no, slow down.
Let's talk about cool shit.
Well, it is cool shit.
No, man,
You know,
let's hear it. Hear him out. Hear him out.
So everybody's got an agenda, right? So I see some of these build series where they're getting 8,000 a video. Jake, you can do that, brother. You just chose not to at this point.
You're the mechanic. Start mechanicking some shit.
I've
come on,
literally
brother.
been
Come
doing a
on.
build series. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, come on,
Bullshit,
man.
absolutely.
Oh, well, you mean like what? Like build a bike from scratch? I don't have the money for that. I've been
No, it's
building
not
money
that.
since the beginning of the year.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go buy a bike and then start building it.
Urban Joker. I'll tell you this, man. As far as like the build series goes, like mine is a perfect example. Like I did, I started a Patreon, and my Patreon did very well, way better than most people's does, and it didn't pay for the first month of parts I had to buy for it.
Doesn't pay for the cheap Chinese levers you put on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay. Hold on.
like the first
Hold
month
on.
parts I ordered for the bike, I was like, all right, I got the Patreon, like, and that's why I started. I was like, hey, I'm not with everything that's going on in my life, I'm not going to be able to build this bike without a Patreon. So I started a Patreon, and it's like, well, I probably spent twice as much as the Patreon paid out on parts.
Like my Patreon's always been to go back towards the channel. It always has, and I always end up spending more on it otherwise. But a lot of the guys, they'll push them really hard for that. I don't know, man. Like, it's there. I'll mention it every once in a while, but I'm not about to just start being like, Patreon, guys, Patreon this and Patreon that. And I'll I'm not doing it, dude. Whatever. If that means I fell, then I fell. Dude.
What draws a group of channels to get $8,000 an episode? I'm not going to go there.
Wait, Joker. Who's getting $8,000 an episode though?
Well, I have a little Patreon to the. I'm not going to say who it is, but they're doing a Ducati build, and it's crazy.
I'm gonna say it at $8,000 an episode.
I'm trying to get in there, player.
Dropping the bomb.
$3 is all I got in there, brother. I spent more on you guys than him.
Fuck off, for real. $8,000. Fuck off.
Wow.
Joker.
No, go look at his page.
On
Go
that
to Patreon and look.
interesting note, I need a beer, so I'll be right back.
What's up, Spicy?
Go look.
No way. I'm looking that shit up right now.
Go look it up right now. It's about $7,800 a shot, and he's 18 episodes in.
Damn.
Hey, this brother's just trying to get in the name drop.
Well, $8,000 an episode. He don't need a name drop. Nobody say it. Fuck.
Jake knows. Come on, Jake.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, so yeah.
He says $79.95 is what Horsepower Garage says.
Damn, you ain't fucking lying.
I told you, I've been with you guys, most of you guys, since the beginning. I'm just trying to. It's just like, duh.
Damn. Hey, you know what?
I don't know, dude. Like,
you can't hate it. You can't hate it, right?
I've just always tried to keep it like what mine is, what it is, and it's like. I don't want to put like I've never even made perks for mine. Like, you can't win a bike in my Patreon. You can't get anything. You can't get a keychain, because if you really like, I always figure it's one of those dumb things where it's like, hey, join this tier of my Patreon and I'll send you a fucking shirt. And when you do the math, like, you're still coming way out on top, like, why? I don't know. I figured why don't you just go buy a fucking shirt and then give me like $1 on Patreon instead? Like, I don't know, man.
Look, Jake, I'm going to tell you.
I don't want to do it, dude. I don't want to do it like that. But
that's, from the beginning, sooner or later, you're going to overcome.
No, I'm not. I just don't care anymore. I'm done. I don't give a fuck at this point.
It's the best way to be.
Oh, fuck you, Jake. You got to still give a fuck. Come on.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
It's a different. I think it's a different.
I don't have to.
You have to. That's
why?
Like.
Why do I have to care?
It's like if you don't, the fairy losing it, the fairy dying in Peter Pan, you can't stop giving a fuck, Jake.
Well, I gave a fuck for a long time, but there's not, there's no get back from this anymore. It's fucking done.
Hey Jake, you talking about YouTube? Like,
I'm just talking about the whole thing in general, man. Like, I gotta fucking work all hard and like try to pull all these extra ad things and do all this shit. Like, I'm not fucking stupid, man. I don't care anymore.
Just to put it out there, and Jake, you know this as well as I do, we've been doing this the same amount of time. We have very similar amount of videos, and I have never, ever made money out of it. It's always cost me money.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's you kind of always been fucked in the UK. It just doesn't work the same. we figured that out a long time
Jake,
ago.
have you gone to Colorado lately?
No.
You've never been smoking weed for you to say you don't care no more.
I think it'd go the other way.
Yeah, Jake, you gotta be having a bad day, man. You gotta fucking do.
I'm really not. I'm not having a bad day. It's kind of like liberating. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll talk about it later.
Maybe you can change it. That's what I think.
We got you, brother. We got
you.
you.
What you should do is you should do that thing where you say you're gonna like work on people's bikes and then make videos about that. That'd be fucking dope. And then we could all fucking come together and make like a community bike shop, and you could move to Tampa where we run this place where people come to work on their bikes, and we all get drunk every day and film it while people work on their bikes. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. No big deal.
All right. Well, I'm just
Are
saying
you-
if we're gonna make a space, like I want to like buy a big warehouse where, like that's a community bike shop, and then you have a few experts there that you don't necessarily work on the bikes. You just like drink beers and watch people work on their bikes.
So Charlie Reiser, Jake was
Right?
in it for the money. He doesn't give a fuck about his fans.
That's got to be sarcasm.
Oh, he said JK. He followed it up with the
Okay.
JK.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you could say whatever you want if you followed up with a JK.
No, believe me, I think at this point we all know the vloggers in the moto vlogging world that don't care about their fans and the ones that do, and Jake definitely does.
I've
yeah.
like I've I've always said this, like out of the top, whatever, however many top I'm in at this point.
Yeah.
If you took the top people and looked how many of them like what they push for their money, for their Patreons, for all their money stuff they push, I'm like, I guarantee you I'm the least of all of them, dude.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
at the very bottom of like,
No doubt.
I'll mention stuff time to time. I'll do a little shout for something from time to time, but most of it's like, it's there if you want to make
No,
money.
I saw. So I
Like,
saw
if you would
earlier,
maybe
and
not skip the ad, that'd be cool. Like every once in a while, I'll throw that in there, but like
So I saw this question earlier, and I'm sure it's a sensitive question, but like, hey, let's talk about it. What do we do in the age of clickbait videos, and not just clickbait, like, oh, I fucking crashed my motorcycle at 5 miles an hour, like clickbait. We're talking about like mad clickbait, like I got kidnapped, I found a dead body. Like you're talking about like mad clickbait, because you can't just pin this on one motor vlogger anymore. Like it's rampant.
it came from
Like
YouTube.
what do you do in that age? How do you compete? How do you compete with that? And should you even try to compete with it?
I'm not gonna try. I'm
I'm not gonna try.
I think all this dumb stuff that people do, like I feel like it's gonna have an end at some point. Like it's like it'll keep ramping up till it gets to some outrageous level. Then people will be they'll just be like, I just want some. They'll go to Tim Kreitz. Tim Kreitz will become the biggest motherfucker because he's just
I want something real.
He puts out real videos. Like Tim Kreitz will instantly become the fucking biggest.
Because he can play Fade to Black.
The day I decide to retire, then all of a sudden,
Oh man, Don of the Five has got it nailed. He goes, it all started with Cycle Cruiser's fake ass video.
yeah,
You'll never catch me alive, coppers.
the day
Let's go for a ride.
the day I'm in my
But
90s.
God, you remember how big that video was at the time? It was so huge. It was like everybody lost their fucking mind. Like it was just like, how did Cycle Cruiser make this fucking ridiculously huge video, made a shit ton of money, and it's so fucking fake? And that was years ago at this point.
What was
Like,
weird
that was
was
like when I
the
first
Simmons,
started
right?
with
Like
vlogging.
I remember saying that like that happened, right? You remember how everybody acted, and oh, you had some bucks there. I said,
Subscribe today.
Scrap today.
but I said, yeah, it was like that whole incident happened, right? And like people like crucified him. They were like, fuck this guy, right? So it's funny just a few years later how like he now he could do it, nobody would care. Like I'm like this.
Yeah.
The community doesn't give a fuck anymore. They're like, oh wow, it's a video with a gun, and oh wow, cool. I think everyone's goddamn retarded that watches this shit now. Y'all are fucking stupid. Are you watching this shit?
Hey,
It is
out
a
of-
different audience. Because if we did it on our channels, people would just be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" But on some of the other channels, people are like, "Oh, this is amazing."
I feel like they watch it with like crayons in their nose. I don't know. It's fucking seriously like, okay, like I've told Spicy before, it's like, dude, if that's what's popular, then I guess we're not gonna ever be popular anymore. Like, fuck it. Like
That was so
so
crazy.
boring.
That was years ago, literally years ago. And then there was like this big stagnant area in between where like every once in a while someone would come up with the same thing and it'll blow up. 3D machines. Everybody freaked out. Right?
Oh, that's great.
And now it's just like, I guess that's how you fucking make a YouTube channel, you know? There's so many dudes right now who've like come up from nothing like overnight from doing that thing.
Social media. has
I tried to
destroyed-
video my neighbors, and it didn't make me a hero.
Urban Joker, I watched the videos of the neighbor. I would pay money not to see that.
I realized like my microphone wasn't Anyhow, it doesn't matter, but you had to be there. I had total.
I was there. I saw a man with a gut that was like 3 foot long jump into a kiddie pool.
Did you see her grab his boob? Like pinch his nipple? I almost threw up right there.
Currently
That's some
bookmarking
rough
the video.
stuff, man.
Pinching nips and moving
It's all on. If people are wondering, it's all on Urban Joker's Instagram. This shit is fucking brutal.
Well, I'll tell you straight up. Speaking of all this YouTube stuff, I did a little experiment, and I want to tell me how flawed you guys think this is. So we've all noticed lately that every time we post a video, we lose subscribers. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I set up a fake account, a fake channel, and I subscribed to Tim Kreitz Adventures with it. And then you guys may have noticed I didn't post for a month. I didn't post a video for a month. The video I posted this week was my first one in like 4 weeks. Well, that had two purposes, and one of which was this. I subbed to my own channel with that fake account, or it's not a fake account, it's just another account. And I did it on another computer with another IP address and anything. It wasn't even here at the house. And I just left it alone. I subbed to my own channel, and I left it alone for a month. I went back and I logged into that channel at my buddy's house, and I was unsubbed from my own channel with that account.
Oh yeah, that happens constantly. People I've been subscribed to since 2006. I'm like, oh damn, I haven't seen a video from them in a long time. Let's see what's up.
Well,
go back there, unsubscribed, and then I've been subscribed to them for years.
Yeah,
okay. At some random point.
That's exactly what I'm leading to. Is that I decided to go through my own subscribed list. And I took a moment to think about people whose videos I hadn't seen in a while. And I had been unsubscribed to like 15 people. Well, of course, I subscribed to like 400 people. So I had like 15 unsubscriptions from channels that I had watched off and on over the last 3 or 4 years. So the question is, why are they doing that? Why would you? What's the point in that? Did they think it was a fake account or something?
It's just broken ass YouTube. It's just broken. It's always done. It's always done the unsubscribe bullshit.
Yeah, I thought that I think it's like they want it's like what YouTube promotes these days. Obviously it's like Disney family friendly shit and stuff, and they really seem to promote and work well for people that are like daily uploaders.
Yeah, they definitely want daily content.
And that's just ridiculous because some of the best channels out there, I mean, I think all of the best channels out there are not daily fucking channels. Or people that like throw out a video like once a month. It's like really well made, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, these people are living fake lives, most of them. Ooh, I stumped my toe.
Right, it's some bullshit. And you know why you forget it is because you don't watch any of them. Like, how many people do y'all actually watch? Like, I see all this. I do this all the fucking time. I see all these like life vloggers, all these people who make vlogs every day. I'm just like, man, what's all this shit happened to them? Like, oh wait, I don't actually ever watch a single fucking video from them ever.
If I am subscribed to you, I generally will watch you. Now there obviously is it's always getting to be a bigger and bigger group of people I really enjoy watching their videos, and it's not all moto vloggers. If you guys ever watch like Musty One, Josh, if you like to learn how to restore stuff and get engines running and that thing, that guy's a genius.
Right. But there you go, Tim. I watch a lot of moto vlogs. A lot.
Like, yeah, I do too. Oh, dude.
More than most people. Like, I watch a lot of moto vlogs.
I watched 21 moto vlogs today.
Damn.
But I will tell you, what I really start to enjoy is like shit outside of moto vlogging. And it's not that I don't enjoy moto vlogs. Like, the moto vlogs I watch are people who are doing fucking, either people I know who I have a vested interest in how they're doing, and I want to see what their life is going as, or how their life is going, or it's people who are doing something outside of the box in moto vlogging. And then it's people outside of moto vlogging who are doing something outside of the box in their genre.
Right on. Yeah, everybody's talking about how badass Musty One is. He is. That's one of the best. If you're into mechanical things, that's one of the best channels on YouTube. And the guy only has like 50,000 subs.
Who's the guy that like he restores old tools and like does it like in like fast forwarded speed?
I've seen that too, but that's
It's
not
so
Musty.
cool to watch. Yeah, it's not. I think the one you're talking about like actually goes into like detail and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy just there's no talking at all. Like no talking.
Musty does. Yeah, his two main things are he's got
repair something.
three main things. Yeah, he does. He repairs old VWs is one of his things, and then he also repairs and gets old bikes going. Like he did this old CB 350 that had not run in 30 or more years, and within 5 minutes of getting it to his shop, he had the damn thing running.
Here, I found the other channel. It's called Hand
It's
Tool
like that's
Rescue.
a 1, 2, 3 step, man. That makes a good video.
Exactly. And then the other thing he does that's really, really cool is that he builds motorized bicycles out of old 60s and 70s bicycles, and then he takes engines off of anything. If it's a small engine, like he took this engine off of a World War II aircraft EPU generator, and he put it on a bicycle and made this freaking steampunk motorized bicycle out of it. It's badass. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
An awesome channel that Don and the Five, and anybody who's been in motovlogging for a while should know who Don and the Five is. He's a huge supporter of channels.
Huge.
Keep on Moto does some great tutorials on how to fix your
And
bike.
Don and the Five, this is a channel I found through him, and that's regular curve.
He didn't. He's lying.
And regular cars. I found that through Don, and that channel is fucking solid.
His hat?
Gold.
His hat is a hard hat.
So Hot Wheels LAV says, I watch Sub D every Monday while I take my morning dump. Who's Sub D?
Suburban Delinquent?
You gotta be, Jay.
You gotta be.
Yeah. I was saying Sub D is up there on like the ones, like he is such a fucking great, he just makes a
He's
great
literally he's literally a best friend of mine, and I met him from motovlogging.
He is.
He's just like every time he puts out a video, you know it's going to be like, and he puts out short videos. He's so considerate. It's like, hey, here's a 3-minute video that you can watch while you're taking a dump, and it's like action packed.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that smashes into the rear tires of everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
You need to spend some
Dang
time.
More or less the guy known for like probably the best wheelies on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I know who he is. I'm just fucking around. I just had to read that.
But what you do need to do, Urban Joker, is you need to go ahead on and watch the videos that I made with him in 2014.
You guys
I watched the videos I made with him in 2016.
You guys know Sub D from YouTube, but he's literally 1,000 times better in person. He's a fucking amazing motherfucker.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
So I'm losing something here. Why are these people slamming Snowcat over here?
Man.
Oh God, don't even.
That needs to go away.
This, dude?
Yeah, let's don't talk
Remember
about
my comment about why the
Are you
arseholes...
just in here to fucking instigate shit?
No, I'm lost.
that whole thing just needs to go away, man. It's run its course. It's not even entertaining anymore. My opinion. Let's just let it go, man.
I'm with
Dude,
you.
it's about that hand tool. That one guy called out. I gotta tell you about that channel real quick. I'm just gonna mention it while we're mentioning another cool channel that's called Hand Tool Rescue. I'll put a link to one of the videos.
Okay,
in the thing.
I'll check it out.
This guy, this video I'm posting up here, the guy rebuilds. Here's the cool thing. I've never even known half these hand tools exist. In this video that I posted, he rebuilds a 2cc. It's just 2cc gas powered drill. It's just old tools you didn't even know they ever existed. Like, yeah, because remember back in the day, like electric stuff wasn't that good yet, and they didn't always have you. It's like, so, dude, I've seen him do a lot of weird gas tools, like it's like table saws and all sorts of things. But this thing's got a little tiny pit 2cc, and he restores it and gets it where it's drilling. Doesn't even seem like it's very powerful. Like your Black & Decker plug in the wall one would whoop the shit out of this thing, but it's just funny, you know.
But he like makes it happen. I like
Dude,
it.
I love it too. Like my favorite part is when they're all green, sprays them down with WD-40. He gets that wooden scrape thing, and he sprays WD-40 on everything and just starts scraping all the black off. That's my favorite part. It's very satisfying.
I just sub to it, man. I'll check.
It's a really neat channel, and the way he edited it's really cool. There's no talking. It's just like done very like it speeds up and slows down. Parts you see, but it's not. You can see what's going on.
I'll say this for everybody watching now who has a YouTube channel, whether it be motovlogging. I assume most of them are motovlogging, and you're trying to make it. This is the thing that I did that like the number one thing to like make my videos stand out that I did is I watched videos that weren't motovlogging.
Big time.
And you watch videos that aren't motovlogging, and you go like, well, that's cool. And you just make their ideas work for motorcycles. And it's just
That's why it's so cancer right now. There's Joey Salads of fucking.
Oh, not that.
Joey Salad.
I'm not talking about that shit, man. I'm talking about good shit.
No, it's a good way. It is a way to make yourself successful. I mean, look how many people are trying to be Casey Neistat on a motorcycle now? Everybody. This is Motovlog 83. Drone shots. Oh yeah, on a motorcycle for a brief second, only for a second though.
What was quite funny about that though, if you remember, no one would dare use Casey's style of music until he quit the vlog for a while, and then everyone was like, "Well, it's free reign now."
Yeah, I will say this: that there are a few motovloggers who do the Casey Neistat style, and they do it very well. It's just a few. Lee does it well. Also, Boris on bikes does it very well. There's a couple more, but generally the rest of it is cancer.
I'll tell you, man. You know what fucking brought me out of my fucking rut is when I broke my foot. I broke my foot in a wheelie, and I fucked myself up, and I couldn't make fucking videos anymore. I didn't even know anything on YouTube existed outside of motovlogs. Like I did, but I never watched it. I was just like, all I watched was motovlogs. And like when I broke my foot, I was like, I started watching all these different people. I started watching like Drama Alert. I started watching H3H3. I started watching iDubbbz, like all these dudes. And I was like, man, I'm gonna make some videos like that. And that was like such a turning point for my channel. Like, not that I've made it big or anything like that, but that was like my big turning point. Was like, this is when I started like what I thought I started making way better videos.
I think, Josh, honestly, man, what makes your videos so badass is you. And I do have my preferences on your videos. Like, I'll tell you straight up, man, the videos that I like the most is when you're on a cruiser bike and you're going out to do something fun or meaningful with the gang. Those are my favorite ones. Now, I watch them all, of course, as you well know.
Right. I haven't been able to make those in forever.
But I
6
think,
months now.
well, no, I don't know that that's true, man. A couple of your recent ones, like the Memorial Day videos, I really liked those. You talked about good stuff. You had the gang with you. You guys were going to someplace interesting. So I wouldn't say that. It's been certainly less than 6 months since you've.
I've actually got a Tim Kreitz vlog planned. Like as soon as I get access to another road bike.
Hell yeah!
I've got specifically a Tim Kreitz vlog that I want to do.
Nice.
That has to do with Confederate memorial statues.
Oh, okay.
So
I figured it would be about guys who are not as good as they think they are, and they can't figure out why their channel didn't blow up. It's because they suck ball sack and they're not honest enough with themselves to admit it.
That's the greatest thing ever.
That's the ultimate Tim Kreitz video. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, what makes a Shade Tree Surgeon video special is because Shade Tree Surgeon is in it, and I'm telling you straight up, man.
Personalities.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it boils down to with any YouTuber. Well, really, it doesn't matter what the fuck you make, but that's what keeps me going back. That's why H3 is how successful he is, because he literally does shit people don't do, like embarrassing shit, and fucking it made him grow. You know,
Dan made a really good video on him that made a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, but
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, you should.
That was all common sense.
You know how H3H3 and iDubbbz videos inspired me is that they go out of their way to do something extra. And that's what it is. It's like I'm not just riding my motorcycle from point A to point B and talking about a subject. I'm like, you know what I always think about is like H3H3 told this story about how he was really poor when he started doing YouTube. And he told the story about how he couldn't even buy a red pepper, right? He goes like, I couldn't even buy a red pepper. And so he's telling the story, and the story didn't matter. But inside the video, he put audio over this footage of him going to Whole Foods and buying red peppers, right? He bought like 20 red peppers and like put them on the thing, and he paid for him, and he did this footage of him buying that, and it's like that's going the extra mile to make a video good.
Yep.
Is that it was literally like 30 seconds of the video, but it makes all the fucking difference. Is going the extra mile to like make a video.
You get to see what actually personally happens between that little transition between off the bike and on the bike.
Yeah. And no, for real though, it's going like, hey, I got off the bike and I took the camera with me, and this is what I did. And that's to me, that's what makes a good video. You know.
Maybe you should write a book.
Yeah, fuck off. It'll be full of pictures of dicks.
Shades Tree's Book of Dicks.
Will Garden Snake be the first one?
Jake, you did that forever though, man. That's one of I always loved your vids. You forever ago you had that stupid
don't
Sony camera, man. You always did that shit.
Did what?
You always did off the bike stuff.
I did it before everybody.
That was my whole
thought
thing.
it was a
Like,
cool
I
thing
don't
to
want to
do.
see. I don't want to see just on the bike. I want to see what happens when you get somewhere. Like you get somewhere and you're like, okay, I'm getting off the bike now. See ya. It's like, no, I don't. No,
All the
see
fun-
ya.
yeah.
What happens now? Like,
I feel like half the funniest stuff happened off the bikes when we were all bullshitting around, like going over to Fire Guy's house. Like, so we're like, we were doing it forever with our cell phones. And one day I was like, we have to get like proper cameras because people would like call and fuck shit up, you know.
That Fry Guy's the real. I liked your videos with him.
Yeah, man. No Fire Guy, man. He's just he's in a rough place. You know, his wife has got this lupus thing or whatever, and I don't know. It's just bad.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yep. I keep telling him we need to like go like open a shop and like fucking like we could just we could like never get anything done as long as we just had cameras rolling in there. We could probably get a television show out of it because I think when we get together, especially in a shop, it's just the most. It writes itself, man. It's awesome. Like you can just like if we're there, we just got to make sure there's always a camera rolling when I'm around him because it's just gold. It's constantly like the best shit ever. He's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Fire Guy the one that you did that video with where you guys were kind of recreating back before 6'4" Honda went from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde? You guys were kind of copying his those videos he did. Wasn't Fire Guy the guy that was in that with you?
Wait, what's the video about?
Yeah, he did this one shoot, and you guys basically copied the shoot. It's been a couple of years ago.
Oh, is it like when? Okay, no, I think it's when him and 6'4" and Motonosity got together, right? Like 6'4". Is that what you're talking about? Like where like we did like this epic thing, and I had crutches and stuff, and I couldn't walk.
You got on a mobility scooter after like.
Yeah, I think that might be what you're talking about, Tim. That wasn't Fire Guy. It was but it was one of our buddies. It's good friends of Fire Guy too. It was Hoosier Rider.
Hoosier Rider, that's who.
Yeah, and we did this whole thing because they got together and they made a couple videos together. You know why? Like he was visiting 6'4" was visiting Motonosity, and so they thought it was like so epic. They had to make this super cool intro. Just for the two getting together, right, to make videos.
It was so fucking good.
I remember I watched it. I got so excited. I called Hoosier Rider. I couldn't even ride yet. You know, like I this is like 2 months after I like knee surgery or something. And I'm like, you gotta check out this video. And he's watching it. I was like, I got this great idea. Come over. So, and that was that. We just went right there.
I love Motonosity. He's one of like top 50 fucking motovloggers. I love Motonosity.
Oh yeah, it's nothing against him. You know,
he's smart. He's charismatic. Like Motonosity is the fucing man. But that shit he did with 6'4" Honda was like the gayest shit ever. So fucking
well, like you know, I mean, I always hope people like, you know, I don't. People are like, did you tell them before you put the video out? I'm like, no, fuck, why would I do that? Because then they might say, well, don't do it. Isn't it more fun to like ask for forgiveness than to, you know, beg for,
I mean, it was so gold though. It was so gold.
But you know,
like,
you shouldn't take it. You know, nobody should take it like, yeah, fuck those guys. Like for real, like it's happening.
Yeah. Well, that's why YouTube is the Wild West, man. That's why you can fucking take somebody else's idea and you can bust on it, and it doesn't even take away from how good their idea is. It just is. It's something else for you, and that's why Snowcat's bullshit with fucking Manic Cycles is such fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It fucking sucks.
I don't even know, man. I'm just trying to stay
It
out of the
fucking
loop on that.
You think
You ain't gonna like either one of them to say that it's absolute fucking horseshit.
I think Billy got off one and got under another. He disappeared. There must be a big party over there.
Yeah, that's where he said he was going.
I've
You know
always
who made an awesome fucking like Motonosity 6'4" video was Nerd. He made an
Herb
awesome
one.
video. Yeah, Nerd made a good one.
That's because Big Easy, nobody's going to stand up to you. You can say what you want to say.
I kind of feel bad about. I don't know, man. I've always kind of felt like Motonosity was a pretty solid dude, but for some reason he and I got off on the wrong foot and then ended up butting heads a couple of times. So
Why are you talking about him?
yeah.
Sorry, no, not you, Tim.
I've done that with like he's just like he's a contrarian. Like I love the guy. I love his videos. I love what he does. I think he's a great guy. I fucking argued with him a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of.
I don't even think about it just because he's the kind of dude who gets in arguments with motherfuckers.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was leading up to, is that it's kind of a shame because he's a Texas dude, and I've always felt like he was, like I said, a pretty solid dude. But for some reason, our personalities, I guess, just kind of clash over really nothing, over a bunch of nothing. Like there's no real issue, but I just get the feeling like he's kind of doesn't care for me too much and kind of standoffish with me.
Alpha males, player. Alpha males.
It may be a little bit of
contrarian, man.
Yeah, and that is true, man. I'm quick to call out a contrarian. So that may have had a little bit to do with it. I don't know. I don't even remember a lot of it, but
well, here's the other thing, Tim.
Yeah.
Your education level. Just listen to the schooling we got earlier. It's education.
There's maybe not so much educate. Well, I shouldn't say what I'm about to say because it's going to sound pretentious, and I definitely don't want to do that. But if people are in vastly different walks of life, that's a hindrance to becoming to entering a relationship together. That's just what it comes down to, and it can be a lot of different dividers as far as that.
I'll tell you this. Like this is what I get about Motonosity is that he is a vegan, CrossFit, tall, good-looking, like
metrosexual
motherfucker. Like that dude has, and I still think he's a good dude. Those sound like insults. They're not insults. Those are just literally describing who he is. And like a guy like that has got to be used to getting barbs thrown at him. Like that's a guy who gets shit talked. He is. He's a dude who gets shit talked. So, like, and I feel like that's why he's probably a contrarian.
Well, anytime you get popular or good at anything and get some notoriety for it, you get shit talked. I can speak to that from the musical standpoint, even though I'm apparently all washed up now and my best days are behind me. When you're riding high in anything, and music is certainly part of that. People will talk bad about you just because they look at what you've done. They haven't been able to figure out a way to do it, and they feel like your successes have somehow become their failures, and they will hate based on that, basically.
Internet keyboard commandos. They're over here hammering Jake about stupid yammy noob. I mean, come on, get off that.
Yeah,
it's over.
Let this shit die.
It's dude. Like
it's over, man.
You know how often I go and check in on him? I don't. It doesn't. I can't. I don't do it. Like I just don't care.
We've answered this 100 times actually, and like the answer is this: nobody wants to see a fellow motorcycle rider crash.
Yeah, nobody. No matter who it is.
On that note, yeah, like I actually, I fucking text the dude when I found I got wrecked. I had a little chat back and forth with the guy. Asked me if it was okay. Like you said, I don't like see a dude getting hurt, but beyond that, this whole thing and all this new drama about him, I'm always like, what? I don't fucking know, dude.
Tune out.
Like, don't even ask me about it.
Yeah, tune it out. Tune it out.
You know who's an interesting guy though? Because I do see his name brought every once in a while. And I know you guys probably don't want to bring him up, but he's such a batshit crazy guy. I don't care. That Greasy Lou guy's fucking insane.
I would get him on. I don't care. I know Tim will hate it, but I want to get him on here.
Oh, that would be interesting, man.
Who is it?
Greasy Lou or
Greasy
whatever that guy. That's all that crazy shit.
He absolutely hates doing Dan.
Oh, he hates doing Dan. He hates Jake. He
I'm
hates
looking-
any YouTuber who has like over 20,000 subs. He fucking hates him.
Oh, this guy. Oh my God. No, this guy frightens me, like legitimately. No.
You know what I want to get him on here is like, Jake, I was talking to you about this earlier. Like, he made that comment. He's like, to you and B-Rad, which was like the funniest thing in the world to me. Because you can make this comment to a lot of motovloggers, but he did it to you and B-Rad. He's like, oh, fuck you. Like, what? Oh, you're not making money off of YouTube? Go fuck yourself. Why don't you learn a real trade? And I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to say that to Jake and B-Rad, two dudes who have like amazing real trades in real life? Like, you dumb motherfucker. You're the dumbest motherfucker that ever talks shit on the internet. And you haven't done enough research to know that those are two guys on YouTube who make little vlogs who have trades.
I've never heard of this guy before, and I've just had a look. He's got 31 subscribers and probably less than 400 views.
Yeah, but go look at some of those videos. They're amazing.
They're really funny.
They're a trip to watch because I think the guy's for real, dude. Like, I thought he was trolling. I think he's serious.
Dude, the dude reminds me of the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
There's crazy motherfuckers out there.
You would be mad about it if he had something real to say. Like, you'd actually be mad about it. You're like, oh wow, you actually like hit a nerve. But he doesn't.
No, he's just
Like,
batshit crazy, which is kind of funny. Like, if he had sense about himself and was talking shit, I wouldn't care at all. But because he actually, I think he's like, it's kind of like how we would watch that King Cobra guy.
King Cobra. King Cobra is autistic genius. That's what
he doesn't. Yeah, totally.
When you will totally just go on your channel telling everybody about your sex doll and all the clothes you bought for her.
Dude, he had like a 3-hour video about making wands.
Yeah. And he sits there and smokes a pipe for 3 hours.
You know, that guy must smell like the stinkiest cigar as ever, man. Like, he's gonna be
probably smells like a human ashtray.
I feel like, and nobody watching this knows what we're talking about because we talked about this all in Faggot Force. That like King Cobra got a sex doll, and then he said the sex doll got stolen, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, King Cobra's sex doll got stolen." And then it came out later that he broke the sex doll and cut it apart with scissors
out of sexual frustration.
Dude, that's so ex-murderer.
He's insane. Fucking crazy.
Oh my
Like, what the fuck? This is a real dude. Like, you guys think motovloggers are weird? This is a real YouTuber.
Oh man!
Now,
Hey,
let me
someone
tell you
mentioned that
something.
one guy.
Hold on.
You've got like so much less subscribers than even I do.
We got to stop the conversation down first, though, man. Before we say anything else about King Cobra JFS, I just posted a link to his channel for all you guys. Do not hate on that dude.
Don't troll him.
Don't troll him.
No, he's not a bad guy.
He's legitimately, he has pretty bad autism, and so you're sort of taking candy from a baby when you do that. So just be cool to the guy. Just watch his videos. In fact, just like them and don't even bother to comment.
That one guy, I don't know how you say, is it the Caleb or the Celeb?
He's not a bad person.
Who's that?
There's not a single video he's released where he's like, "Wow, I hate you." He's just like, he's not a bad guy.
No, he's just dealing with his shit.
But who's that guy they were mentioning? Was it, how do you say it, Caleb or Celeb, or how are you supposed to say that one guy? The Caleb?
DJ Khalid?
Khalid? No, is it he? Is he the guy that?
Another one.
No, not another one. Fucking weirdo. No, is the guy right there? Isn't he the one that rides around on the bicycle and also the bike sometimes, and he just says crazy shit to people?
I'm funny.
Caleb.
Okay, this King Cobra guy, I watched a few of his videos about 2 years ago, and I got hooked for a couple of days and then started to get scared and just moved on. Never commented, never left anything, just was like, okay, keep doing you. From a distance.
You do you.
Oh man.
That sounds random shit. He's funny, man. He cracks me up, dude. Like,
remember the good old days, guys, when you were like 40 subs, 50 subs?
Nope.
No, it's a long time ago.
For the old school motovlogging days, like back when it started and it was like a fast growing channel, was like gaining like I remember for a while there, This went on for like probably 4 or 5 months, almost consistently. I would gain 50 subs in a week. And I was like, this is insane. This is crazy. I kept thinking it's going to slow down at some point. And it went and kept going and kept going and kept going. And then
If you guys remember,
it just snowballed, went faster and faster there. And it was like,
So question.
about 4 years ago, when I first started motovlogging as HV Surgeon, the big motovloggers then, like the biggest guy, the biggest guy was M13, but the two other big guys was Jake and Downshift.
Yep.
And that was the fucking thing. Like when I started motovlogging, it was like everyone was like, "Oh, Jake's buying subs."
oh, damn it. That's
Like,
right.
That was the original. That was the original motovlogging YouTube drama.
That was like bullshit.
No, it was like a first drama. And so many people made videos about it. I remember watching so many videos from different motovloggers of people like, Jake the Garden Snake's buying subs. And it was like for something ridiculous, like you were gaining like a couple hundred subscribers a month or something.
Yeah, but like in motovlogging, that was like no one had ever grown that fast. Like people were going back through and like pulling all these stats. Like no one's ever grown this fast in motovlogging. It's impossible. It can't happen.
And then do it with Dan. You want to talk about people accusing him of buying subs? His channel. A tactical nuke went off when his channel
That was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It was fun. But
he
like,
went from like 20,000 subs to 200,000 subs.
So who's going to go to 1 million first? I'll put 100 spot on it.
Oh, there's already.
Let's do it.
I bet it will be 6'4" Honda. We want to take that bet?
Yeah. Oh wait, he did.
There's a couple guys though.
I'm out on that.
Like whatever other languages, man. There's a couple massive ones out there that are also right on the cuff of 1 mil or might have broken it by now. There's guys in other countries that are huge, man.
The crazy guy out in Brazil or Portugal or somewhere like that. Or I don't know exactly where he is.
Yo soy German or whatever he is.
Like out of terrific.
J6, and he's insane. But they have been making the most ridiculous clickbait videos you've seen. It's completely fake. Like they're all going to these places with guns. They're making out there's people in there, and you can tell they're airsoft guns, and it's just nuts. But I'm not entirely sure what's going on because they never speak English.
Neither do we, Spicy.
You got to see if if someone's translated them.
Because there is an ass ton of people in Brazil.
No, out of Walterific, Jake. I mean, just name the top in the U.S. Who do you think's going there first?
Oh, there's already, yeah.
I thought Walter was already over 1 million.
Yeah.
6 was over 1 million.
He has? Oh, I'm retarded.
Yeah. It already happened.
You know what, Urban
Well, I'll go back to mine.
Let's start a club because I am too.
Walter is almost at 1 million. He's got like 40, a little over 40,000 to go. Let's check out 4'6" real quick.
I love that.
He's at 1,064,000. Let's look at. I haven't looked where Do It With Dan is. He's getting close to 1 million.
No, I think he's still in the 800s.
Yeah, getting close to 900,000. So, yeah, but it's happened. And Walter will be probably not far behind. He's just a little ways to go.
Oh, shit.
He'll probably be there within maybe a month or two.
Started from the bottom. Now I'm 1 million. All right, guys. I'm going to bed.
I'm out.
Fucking Neil.
I know. Suck
Neil the true OG. That dude's been
stupid life and shit.
Holy shit! Nobody's watching 6
forever, man. And not just motovlogs, been fucking awesome fucking content forever, like longer than so many motherfuckers. It's true.
I think so.
I remember
You can't forget that.
That was like that way old stunt video you did, like way back in the early 2000s.
I don't think I ever done a stunt video.
No, it was like
it was other people, yeah. That was my first video in 2006 was when I used to ride. Then I just did other shit.
That's fucking old.
West Michigan Riders.
2006, that's like the second year of YouTube. It's the first year.
First.
Year one.
Nope.
6'4" Honda's getting like 30,000 views a video, and he has 1 million subscribers.
All right. Good night, guys. Love
Sorry,
you guys.
Neil. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for stopping in,
I
guys.
don't know. That makes me feel better because, like, I've got 40,000 subs and I do like fucking 15 to 20 grand a video.
Yeah, you're way outdoing me by a long way. So I said you're going to overtake me very soon. I've watched every.
Man, that makes. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the bottom to fall out of it.
The thing is, though, if you actually, this thing is kind of slightly controversial. If you actually look at who is a true motovlogger in the UK, there's 3 people above me, and none of them are really a true motovlogger exactly.
Spicy's number 1.
I always hear that the UK has a way per capita has a way higher viewership of YouTube than than America does.
No, that's wrong.
No.
I bet the guys in the UK like to watch, like, especially the Californians that fucking lane split and shit. But bet they love to watch us for our own American perspective of shit. Because there's a lot of UK guys that watch us Americans. I know this, or even I'm not even saying they're from UK, from just any other country.
Well, I can tell you that 11% of my viewers are American.
Actually, 56% of mine are American. So that leaves the rest of all these other countries.
Yeah, my audience is like 78% US.
Yeah,
It's been a long time since.
YouTube sends me notifications. They're like, "Hey, you just got all these views from America." I'm like, "No fucking shit."
Did they do that? I don't think.
Yeah, I get You don't use the creator app?
No.
Yeah. So I listen to the Mist and Flyer. He's pretty good every now and then.
I like that guy a lot. Mist and Flyer is fucking cool.
I like Smarter Every Day. It's a cool channel.
Oh yeah, and I just went to my analytics. In the last 90 days, yeah, I got 70% viewership in the US. So I guess US is quite high. Dude, United Kingdom, I have 7.6%.
Yeah, keep in mind you're talking about a country that's about the size of California, though.
Oh, they're my second highest, and then Canada is the third, and then Australia is the fourth, and Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, New Zealand, Denmark, Finland, Ireland, and so on.
You need
Australia's my second, man.
You need to appeal
Australia,
to Australians. The CPM is so high.
Yeah, Australia's were always my max.
It's
CPM.
consistently
Dude,
been the highest.
YouTube Red views. Okay, my top 4 are United States, UK, Canada, and Australia. Right? It shows the YouTube Red views in my stats. US was 100,000, and then it's 0 and 0 for UK and Canada, and then 4,171 for Australia.
No one's got
For
YouTube
Red views.
Who here would?
So
pay
I
for
think that YouTube Red
Has anybody here got YouTube Red?
No.
No.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I've never gave 2 dicks about that since the day they announced it.
I don't know why Amazon doesn't just make a fucking proper platform. They've got all the ducks in a row, and they could self-advertise within and cut all the bullshit out.
They
They can do it.
They don't have the backlog.
They do. They own. Look at all the shit they own. You don't know your fucking shit. Let me tell you some shit, motherfucker. I can't really get that excited. Let me just try to explain like a normal person. They own what is that shit called? I mean, they clearly could do the video stuff because they have their own huge streaming service, and they own that what's it, Twitch or whatever.
Yeah.
So they got the abilities to do it, no problem. They've also could just self-advertise with all their own stuff, and I don't know.
You know what they don't?
I've done the math on it. They could do it.
They don't have how to change the oil on a 1989 F-150.
Well, they could get it.
That's what they don't
I would
have.
buy. I'd get an F-150 and make that video.
But Jake, but like use that as a,
but what?
no, it's fucking true. Because
So nothing
you know what?
can ever
YouTube,
nothing can ever replace YouTube. Then it's impossible.
No, I'm saying it could, but YouTube is the magic wrench. That's how you learn how to do everything. It's like, how do I buff this aluminum? How do I change the oil on my 1989 F-150? How do I fucking change the spark plug on my 1993 Ultimate?
Well, there you go. For that,
Like,
you might be right.
That's why. But
That's
that's
not gonna
why.
make it just.
That's the backlog I'm talking about. Jake, you know it's true though. You know it's true. Like, how do you?
Yeah, you're right. But it's not impossible. That's just like saying, well, it'd be really hard to build another cruise ship, so we'll just use this one from 1943 forever.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the vast